I look like an idiot.
Nice life.
Hi, welcome to Left Right Cab. We're back after COVID and after blizzards and snowstorms and.
Yeah, it turns out hosting a podcast where everyone is sharing eating food in a tight space during a pandemic. I'm frankly amazed we all didn't get it sooner.
I did not. I am not.
Yes.
I'm probably immune. I'm probably Jesus.
I'm pretty sure they could harvest my blood and just immunity for everyone, because I should have, and yet I didn't. So
yeah, you were literal ground zero.
Yeah,
and you dodged it. You're just like matrixing that shit, like
for the most part. That's how it works, actually. So yes, we're back. Everyone is in good health.
Yeah,
I know.
And we have plenty of cheese and wine to go for the night. If you are new to the show, it's a debate show. It's not really a debate show. We discuss politics and philosophy, pop culture, history, all sorts of topics, and banter. Oh, Lord.
Let's go down.
So, that happened.
And there's, we used to be just Left Right Cab. Now we're Left Right Cab and cheese.
And meat.
And meats. And because we're getting, I guess, hungry while we were drinking.
Yeah, I think we realized that having a debate show about wine is great. It's fantastic. But you do get hungry. And what pairs better with wine than cheese? And then taking it a step further, what pairs great with wine and cheese? Cured meats and stuff.
And crackers.
Well, I think in general we're just charcuterie fans outside of everything. So
usually a best case scenario is a good charcuterie board and everyone's having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
So
100%.
So my wine this week is Juggernaut. I picked it solely for the label.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. It is solely a label pick because it looks so badass. It's this badass, cool lion art. It kind of reminded me of like some Cohee and Cambria like videos I saw growing up. And they always had this weird art in the videos. And that's why it drew it to me. And so Jake had COVID last week.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, I should say.
Yeah. Because last week I'd still be in quarantine.
That's true.
Because I am a abiding citizen of the world.
Yep, so we
COVID ain't real. It's a government lie.
Sound like people at Sturgis
to control you and keep you indoors. But so me and Travis hung out. How dare you? Me and Travis hung out and had some cheese and crackers and wine and just watched a debate online. And I had a second bottle of this and we tried it. And so now this is kind of like we want to see Jake's reaction to it.
Okay.
This is the Jake show. It's also your topic, right?
It is my topic.
It is the Jake show tonight.
Indeed. I'm here for the accompanying of cheese.
Yeah, I'm just here for the cheese. I actually don't plan on talking at all. I don't.
So sit here and slowly eat.
Oh yeah, so cheers. Yes.
Shall we?
Do you, wait, hold on, before you taste. Do you want to know our grade or do you want to know it after?
I don't want to.
Oh, it might influence you. Yeah. Okay.
Very fruity, fruit forward.
What's the all eyes are on Jake now?
Yeah. So one of the things to give a piece of information about this wine that doesn't directly.
Oh, did I say the name?
Mm-hmm. Yes, Juggernaut.
Juggernaut
is a hillside cab.
Hillside cab.
Yeah.
Hillside cab.
So to give some feedback, one of our other recurring guests, I don't know if Chartier has been here more than once.
One time.
Once. He is a fan of this wine.
Okay. I was hoping you were going to give me a back of the bottle description.
Oh, no, there is none.
There is none.
There's nothing.
It's a California. It's California.
It tastes like California.
Yes, sunshine and pseudo-totalitarian.
I think I like it.
It smells like homeless.
It's got a good buttery, fruit-forward flavor. Not super deep, but not too shallow. Something you could definitely drink and pair with like a bunch of different types of food. I like it.
Like cured meats and cheeses?
Of course.
I think we should play. What do you think Jake would say that we rated this?
That's way too complicated.
Think so?
Yeah. Well,
based on the taste, you know my taste by now. You know his taste.
Let's do this actually. since I'm the one rating it and I haven't rated it yet, what do you got? I should write it down on a piece of paper or something.
Type it on your computer. Just bring up my notepad.
What do you think? What do you think I would give it?
6.5.
I'm gonna say you're gonna give it.
Pretty good idea.
The problem is, here's the problem, because it's fruit forward, and it doesn't give you that cotton mouthfeel that you two tend to lean towards compared to me.
I don't know if I've ever said that I prefer that, but I think sometimes it does come with wines that I like.
Yes. So I think 6.5 is probably exactly what you put. I'm gonna say you're gonna give this a 7.
Low 7 is what I put down. You nailed it.
So there you go.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah.
I think the smoothness has what won you over.
Yeah, it has. It's it's not certainly not like it's not a punch in the face wine, but I like it.
I also gave this a 7.
I think I gave it a 6.5, which is why I was leaning on it.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I like because there is no cotton mouth and it is a little fruitier and sweeter, but it's
not super sweet. It really isn't. It's not dessert wine by any means.
I put it in my top 5 that I've liked of all the ones we've had so far. Somewhere in the 5. Probably
also,
4th or 5th.
Also gave it the close comparison to Three Finger Jack.
Yes.
Which is I think it's applicable. It's like a poor version. No, that's not even an insult because Three Finger Jack is so good.
Yeah.
It's in that wheelhouse.
Yeah. It's trying to capture that same style.
Yeah, I lack some of the depth Three Finger Jack for sure. But definitely very drinkable. I would, depending on the price, I would buy.
Oh yes, you get to do the pricing.
$16.50.
So I feel kind of bad. I got cheated out on guessing the price last week.
He buys wines online and things pop up.
Yeah, and I got an email saying like, "This is a based on your purchases. This is a wine you'd probably like," and it was Juggernaut.
Yeah.
So like, I was very surprised that like they
right.
recommended it to me. I liked it, and it was around the same time.
A 6.57 is a very strong score for our rating.
I feel like very frequently I give sixes. And like I give sixes as like I would buy this, I would drink this.
Yeah, so we give like a lot of 5s too though.
Yeah, I've definitely given.
I feel like we give out more 4s and 5s than we have 7s and 8s.
They're mostly sweet shitty wines.
Hey.
No,
Actually,
I think the worst
wine.
one.
A 7.
Yeah. I think my lowest rated wine is actually the Mencia.
That's not true.
Cab Fusion.
No, it's not.
It's probably
we
can check it, but I think
I'm pretty sure it's that one.
Oh, Longevity is actually probably the worst.
Not Longevity. It was another one that's similar.
Walking Dead.
Walking Dead was definitely worse than.
Yeah, but I don't think any of us rated that.
Also,
I think we all just assumed.
I don't fuck with blue cheese.
Walking Dead.
So
no, we did rate.
I'm gonna try this.
There you go.
We did rate Walking Dead. That was the wine. That was the
Still
wine.
fuck with blue cheese.
Still not on blue cheese.
Walking Dead was the wine of that week.
It's true. Three Finger Jack was the secondary on that night. So Tanner's not a fan of blue cheese, which is a bummer. I love blue cheese.
I tried it just to give it a shot, maybe. Well, no.
This is very good blue cheese too.
I liked it.
I love the Manchego. This Irish is good. This is
it's
this is just caramel. This is just caramel.
It is. So, I know Jake gave kind of a quick overview with the camera on the charcuterie board. But since we had a bit of a hiatus before coming back, as Antonio crosses behind. As we had a hiatus, I wanted to do more than just like one cheese and like one meat for it. So,
have you had it yet?
No.
Okay.
It's wild.
It's literally caramel.
It is a very surprising taste for it.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
So
Enjoy.
we had a Danish blue cheese,
Look at his face. It's literally caramel.
Wow.
a Manchego from Germany, an aged
good.
Irish cheddar.
It's good. I just
I
wasn't expecting
Yeah,
it.
I'm not a big sweet cheese fan typically, and it's pretty good.
So it's a chèvre. So it's not. Sometimes it's more like sour.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say like it's like gross sour, but some goat cheeses commonly have that sort of like tangy taste to
Madeline
it.
hates goat cheese, so
This one does not.
yeah.
It's a Maine chèvre. I brought the label up somewhere.
Oh, slow clap.
Nice.
Did we ever do the price? Did we ever say the price for it?
No, we haven't yet.
Oh, okay.
But just that the price was spoiled for me.
I guess $16.50.
Yeah.
Okay. So I bought it for $19.95, and he had it saw it online for $17.95. And so if you're online, it's probably cheaper
Right.
anyway than in store. But so.
I win because I was the only one playing. I also lose because I was the only one playing. I guess we could have had Antonio play. Shit. Too late now. We spoiled it.
Did you drink it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What would you rate the wine?
Yeah, 5.
5.
Man, what is your 10?
He's shooting low.
It's not, I don't know, it's not exciting.
Mm.
It's not exciting, I don't think.
Nah, it's just like
But
It's not.
That's what keeps it from being high rated. I feel like
Gotta say though, the wine, the chèvre, and the rosemary
it is a good compliment. Good
my
compliment.
mouth is happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tarragon main chèvre. Got some salami, and also, and Antonio, if you want to try this, live this life.
this. Oh.
So we have a. Wait for him to take a bite. Cool. So it is an uncured wild boar salami.
Should have told him it was people.
That's what people tasted like. I'd probably eat people. Provided it was sourced ethically. No. Yeah, it's a good mix. I'm pretty pleased with it. So it's good to be back. I guess.
Thank you,
Okay.
Travis. Thank you, Tanner.
Absolutely.
All right, so my topic this week is going to be a little bit from the hip. So I decided that I wanted us to talk about, like Travis and I were talking the other day, and I decided I've been thinking about the concept of self-loathing and how pervasive it is in our generation. I decided I wanted to talk about that, and in the spirit of being self-loathing, I didn't actually go through and write down a thesis about it, but I did do a lot of research about it. I was thinking about it a lot. One article I read about self-loathing and the concept thereof talked a lot about how the study of philosophy and philosophers in general, there's a common theme of self-loathing within philosophy. Often presents itself as alcoholism, self-doubt, low value given to the philosopher's own value given to the field of philosophy.
Wait, so kind of like a self-imposed one, in which philosophers don't think they contribute anything until
Yes.
they're dead, and then people reflect on it.
Right,
Or are
exactly.
you saying that just philosophy is a low value add?
No, I'm not saying the second part. I'm saying the former, that it is a self-imposed self-loathing. And very famously, everyone, one of the most popular philosophers out there, Nietzsche. Everyone knows Nietzsche. If you haven't studied him, you've heard the name thrown around. He very famously had a whole subsect of his philosophy be about sort of like the Übermensch, but also self-loathing reflected through that lens, right, of the imperfect man who could never reach the potential level of the men he saw to be greater than himself, right? It presents itself in art very often, right? When you think about artists, they always have there's a common sense of imposter syndrome in artists, right? And that comes from a self-loathing place too. It's the I don't think that I could ever reach the heights of something, so I feel like I don't even belong here in the first place. And you think about self-loathing in context of like modern day memes, even. Our meme culture is incredibly self-loathing.
Do you think that's more of a generational sort of?
Bad Luck Brian.
Well, I think it specifically reflects millennials. I think millennials have a specific penchant for self-loathing, and I think there is something to be said about self-loathing right now in this day and age, in this zeitgeist, when we are a generation of people who were brought up from a generation of people who thought you could do anything with and we were born into a bad economy. We went to college during a time when college was exorbitantly expensive, and culture in general has been rough on millennials in that we have sort of shouldered the burden of some of the hardest parts of our modern history.
Hello.
Come on in.
Yeah,
So-
to kind of add an element to it, people commonly said that millennials were the generation born into the internet but not long enough into its existence to actually understand how to utilize it. So we were more capable than Gen X leading up to us. But we're also, like, I went to, my bachelor's was in anthropology.
Right.
Knowing what I know now, I would have gone for, like,
Comp
computer
sci,
science
yeah,
or,
me too.
like, coding, something like that.
Yeah,
And
I
that's
was,
like,
I was English
could
and
go
philosophy. And yeah, in a different. I mean, and I've always been a computer nerd too. Like we grew up in a time where we were pretty computer literate.
Sure.
But what I would say,
But there are easily, like, 15-year-olds now who are just, like, plugging away, like, building SQL
Sure.
databases and just, like,
but we
like,
were,
Python is my foreign language, and I'm just like, Jesus.
so we were told as kids that like we're born into a time when we can go to university and study whatever we want and do whatever we want because
Sure.
we felt like our parents I guess felt like we were in the 90s and it's like approaching a postmodern life where we could just do whatever we want because everything is so good. And then like since
They were pretty lax with them housing loans back then.
right, exactly.
The housing bubble, actually.
But we live
came
in
out early in 2001.
we live in a
throughout
post
that,
9/11,
so-
post financial crash, post COVID now. Like we have been through some pretty severe things with our generation, and I think that has reflected back on us a lot. And
So you think
existentialism too, but also self-loathing has been a big theme of our generation.
I have a question. If you had to put your eggs in a basket,
Sure.
do you believe the self-loathing is all those things you listed, which are basically external factors with university, money, college, this, blah, 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 blah. Or do you believe that there's a direct correlation with the fact that the people that are self-loathing, as you list all those people you listed before, in terms of artists or philosophers, tend to have a higher than normal intelligence? Do you believe
I believe there's an association.
that if you are a higher intelligence, you are susceptible to
Yes.
internal struggles that the average simple man, let's say, might not experience?
That's
So
sort
you're
of
saying that, for lack of better words,
ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
The Matrix. Ignorance is bliss. I think so. But I think.
Do you think it's a self-aware thing? It's like, I know I'm smarter than 80% of the people I interact with,
I don't think.
and therefore I cannot. It's going to be difficult for me to find friends that I can communicate on a certain level with. Also, an intimate partner that I can reach this certain
Right.
intellectual intimacy with, and that might depress them. That might get them into
I think it's less
turning to
direct.
alcohol to dumb themselves down so they can talk to
Okay,
everyone.
so actually, the research shows the opposite, and that's part of my mental thesis here because I didn't write it down. But actually, research shows that moderate alcohol drinking actually helps cognitive function. So, like, there's a correlation between like
So that's your
brilliant philosophers.
your Hitchens with like a
Yeah.
glass of scotch every single.
right. There's a correlation between a brilliant.
You're not talking about drunk.
Brilliance, no, right,
okay.
exactly. Brilliance in philosophy and the use of alcohol to sort of open the inhibitions a bit, right? A lot, maybe it doesn't necessarily increase your cognitive level, but it increases your ability to access your cognitive level sometimes. I guess what I'm really beating around the bush on for this is that the question is there something specific about our generation? I guess we're kind of covering that, but that's what the question is. Is there something specific about our generation that invites self-loathing, that is particularly negative, that's not even being transferred to the next one? Like, not even Gen Z has it, like, that we have it specifically.
Even if there is, how do you fix it? How would you go about solving it?
Oh,
Like, it has to be cultural, right?
We're talking philosophy here, so we don't talk about solving it, we're just talking about the problem.
Because, like, do you think that this dilemma, this crisis existed with people our age and younger as they stormed Normandy? Do you really think that it's weird. Do you think the self-loathing focus on me and my issues, my problems was abundant then? Or do you think there was do you think there was a cultural shift? Because the original culture was God and country.
Sure.
And protect the family and the core family
The self
unit.
is the problem, is what you're thinking, and I kind of agree.
Right. It could be that. That's where I'm leaning towards, because I don't think, at least it was never communicated back then. Like, it was kind of just like, you did what you had to do.
Right.
These were the responsibilities of
Right.
the gender roles, man, woman, blah, blah, and you did it, and you powered
Nuclear
through it.
family. Blah,
Nuclear-
blah,
right,
blah.
right, right.
Yeah.
So that, I think, actually,
So do you think it's with the destruction of the core nuclear family, that the increase of millennial.
No.
No, because
I'm not saying
commonly millennials were raised by and they were members of the nuclear.
I'm
family. So
saying-
I don't think
Right,
that's-
but
I'm
even
only saying-
millennials and the generation after us are getting married later, having kids later, moving away from the church later.
Well-
I mean not later. I mean just almost all completely.
Right.
I
So
don't think anyone here would disagree with the fact that we have more atheists, and that's a bad thing.
Yeah.
But I think when it comes down to it, economics,
I'm not saying it's-
economics
I know,
can
I'm-
explain a decent amount of it, though.
I'm just saying.
So we are living in harder financial times. So
Yeah.
individuals
Relatively.
are, yeah.
I disagree.
I can tell you.
I mean, do you think you're worse off than your grandparents?
I think that the cost of a mortgage in 1950 is
my
a
question,
fraction of another.
Do you think overall your life and the amenities that you have and the ease that you have do you have more struggles than when your grandparents were your age?
On a long enough timeline within existence, probably. And I say that because of exposure. I say that because of exposure. I can
think
tell
it
you
was
my grandparents
incredibly
didn't
difficult.
know.
I think it was incredibly difficult in terms of
I don't,
what you've
because it was a
experienced
simple
back
life. You have people 20, not even 20, we'll say 40 years
I would
ago.
say, yeah.
It's the exposure to
painting.
information.
Yeah, there's that painting of like, oh, we grew up on a farm. There was 9 kids, and there was some cows and chickens, or whatever, and it was just a simple life. That's a hard life. That's not easy. That's
But it's
waking
not.
up X
But
amount of-
struggle is not that case. Like, was it physically more challenging?
There's-
No, my life
there's-
is easy. I
there's-
sit in. I like play Magic Arena
understand.
online for 8 hours.
That's
a
a
day.
perfect example. But there's also
like-
access to medicine, disease, like just
Sure.
things that would kill you at the age of 35 or 40 that affected your grandparents, or when they had kids.
But their social
that-
expectation was much
Different.
lower than ours.
Exactly. The degree of contribution. No, because I can tell you, as a child of a farm, like we grew up on a farm.
Okay, so
Throughout it,
do you think the struggles of your grandmother are
which one, the French prostitute or the farm worker?
We're talking about the audiences,
Sure.
more like their grandmothers, are more difficult than maybe the struggles of a female today in terms of employment, in terms of harassment, in terms of what was expected of them, and that was it.
So
Any of that stuff,
I'll kind of interrupt. I'll interrupt that.
I just
quickly.
genuinely believe that your grandmother, both systematically and just what it was,
Yeah.
was what, economically everything
Sure.
had it more difficult than Ashley, than maybe her. Anyway, women today in our current society.
So there's a stark difference between expectations and difficulty within sort of life. Now you kind
Certainly,
of
we've advanced culturally in what you're saying, and like in our capacity to respect each other's, rights and identities, and
I mean, I'll say it in a more simple sort of pace. The path towards gender equity
is
invites more stress and more struggle now than then. Like,
even if we're farther along in it.
yeah, I mean, we're still not there, but like,
No, obviously.
we are getting closer than we were in the 1920s.
Right.
Now,
Well, we had that whole discussion episodes ago, where when you're pushing for the gender equalities, that the differences diverge even further in terms of the outcomes and results. Like that is in.
So one of the pieces behind it, though, and where I'm kind of speaking about whether or not people, a 20-year-old now versus a 20-year-old in 1942, storming of Normandy. I think it was 40.
Sure.
Well,
We'll say
We've always-
sometimes early 40. Yeah,
Early
Isaiah's
40s.
been out. But so when that happens, the expectations were different. The guidance was different. The exposure in their upbringing was different. A child now can follow an influencer in Dubai and learn about different cultures outside of their own. They understand a more holistic view of humanity en masse. A 19-year-old who lived in Dubuque, Iowa in 1920
Only knew to be
And I think you're defending
only
my
knew
case, then.
corn.
Then you're defending my case.
No,
because
but
that means you're like,
it goes back to your initial point of exposure and intelligence breeds suffering.
right.
that wasn't my original point.
That's kind of my. It's kind of my.
It was
point.
the ignorance is bliss sort of position. When your biggest concerns are, will the corn harvest be good this year, is different than, will I be nuked? Like, think of the thing. I won't even go
Or even
as far back.
Even am I ruining the environment?
Sure.
do I contribute enough to society?
And I think
Is my desire to have children selfish? Like these things are not things people thought about in 1920.
It was have the kids. Like
exactly the choice was removed.
Yeah, you have
now
kids.
you have the freedom and personal liberty to make these decisions, Tanner.
So liberty,
therefore creating an ease of life now
so we say
compared to the
liberty
ease of life
invites
back
depression.
then.
So
Like,
I wouldn't say ease of life is a very sort of amorphous term.
Yeah.
Right? Like, is it physical hardships? No. Like, again, it's many people now.
It presumes a
have
definition, a very narrow one.
Yes. It has an easier sort of approach to life because they're not dead at 35 due to diphtheria or a farming accident. They weren't forced into having kids at the age of 14 because they needed workers on the family farm. They now have the options to pursue higher education,
Sure,
work in
I
other
understand.
jobs.
And I'm not
But
saying
what
I'm
I'm saying
giving
is that
examples
there is
so-
dread, the dread and sort of existential terror that
ease
Jake
of-
was addressing, I think, comes from the freedom of choice. And I'm like, we're about to hit some
This
chords,
is
like,
this is
some
a
chords on
philosophical
us.
concept, though.
It is.
No.
And so when it comes down to it, though, I need to finish this point.
Fine, I'm gonna,
Let
I'm
Cam
gonna
speak
You eat
for a
some
second.
cheese.
I'll eat some cheese.
Let Emmanuel can speak for a second here.
The freedom that you have to experience these things, to pursue these options. I mean, I'm sure everyone has heard the phrase of decision paralysis.
Oh, it's a
You
huge
have
marketing
so many-
term.
No, analysis paralysis?
Thank you.
Yeah, but it's
So many choices
Yeah.
that you literally just can't decide because which one is the best one for you?
this is why they give you want to give 3 to 5 choices when you're selling a product.
Because any more and it's overwhelming and everyone doesn't listen.
You make less
anything
money.
less,
You make less money.
yes, and anything less, and people will assume that other options exist. So while there is sort of the marketing sweet spot for it, I think that when you have individuals who are exposed to more stimuli, who are developing in a more holistic view, I don't think that the struggle has diminished. It has certainly changed, though. Because again, you're right. They're not caring about, I need to have 9 kids so that my farm we have appropriate workers.
Right,
It's-
I understand
it's more
that's a
of
trope. That's a trope I'm using, but like in general.
You're saying I don't think I'll ever start a job. Is what you're trying to say, pretty much.
Yeah,
Yeah, the worries that I have
it
are
is
not the
realistically
worries.
that I will have a shelter. I am never worried about not having running water and an out. I don't have to go in a fucking outhouse. Like
I've already been out. It's fine.
Another thing to consider on it.
Have you been
People
to-
didn't really
have you
go
been to a-
camping for fun in the 20s.
Have you been to Brewfest before? Everyone's in a fucking outhouse.
Yeah, again, I camped for fun. In the Great Depression, that was existence.
sure.
No.
But to again go slightly back to what you said in terms of self-loathing.
That's really the topic,
and-
right? So let's circle back.
And philosophers and artists and things like that. You can have ease of life and money and whatever. And an example of someone like Kurt Cobain kills himself, unless you're a tinfoil hat person and it was Courtney Love. But
You don't need a tinfoil hat to solve that. Courtney Love killed him.
but
The
Elliot Smith-
shotgun was pretty long, and he was fucking high on heroin. I mean,
Yeah.
So what I'm
like, he
saying
wouldn't
is-
have been able to fucking lift the thing.
what I'm saying is he,
Tune into our Halloween
in the
episode
argument of he
for more.
killed himself, or insert X celebrity artist that killed himself.
Sure,
at
you're
a
Brittany
young age.
Murphy, you're Amy Winehouse.
Sure. They had ease of life. They got walking down red carpets. They had. Now it might have all just been fake, like Hollywood is. Like you don't really have.
They all had severe substance abuse issues.
all of them. All
There's
of
a
them.
massive amount of expectation that comes with those lifestyles.
Right.
Understood.
Even if they're empirically easy,
Yeah.
the mental ease is different. Like the psychological stress.
Fucking Paris Hilton DJs at Ibiza, and she has someone who actually DJs for her. She just has headphones on. But like, admittedly, she had was the Simple Life. What was the reality show? I think I was right on that.
The Sweet Life of Jack and Cody.
And yet, one of them is doing like Riverdale now. Cole Sprouse is doing
I haven't
something.
watched it yet.
Watch Riverdale; it's a great show. If you like teen dramas,
Sabrina.
Sabrina as well. Watch Sabrina.
They're tied in, right?
There is
Supposedly.
one passing reference that ties them together, and it's a delivery driver.
Madeline
And
told
that's
me.
it.
Madeline told me they're in universe together. So
They are neighboring towns,
that's stupid.
and yet
I think even in the comics they were same universe.
Were they? I didn't know.
there's a couple crossover episodes.
Only,
Issues.
only one true Sabrina. That's all I gotta say.
Melissa Joan Hart.
Melissa Joan Hart.
No, I'm off. I'm off that boat. Except,
I mean, Salem was a whole mood.
well,
There was
Exactly.
to be fair,
most recent season.
they're in there.
You get it.
Okay.
It is a
puppet?
It is
It
the
is a
cat.
puppet. It is the
All
cat.
right.
It's the same one.
Fucking
It's the same one from the show.
You sold me.
And
The
aunts.
aunts. The aunts are also the same.
Oh, you
Caroline,
sold me.
Caroline Ray, and who the other one is. I don't remember the other one.
All right.
I was gonna say, but I can't without
So
giving
that
too
was
much
Left
into
Right
it.
Cab. I'm gonna go watch that show now.
Without going
You
too
ever
much.
watch any Sabrina?
not the new one.
Marathon. All of them.
Just
All of them. Just it's fucking wonderful. But
But that girl who plays Sabrina, she's from Mad Men, and I hated her on Mad Men.
she's I never actually watched Mad Men.
Such a little bitch on Mad Men.
that's like I'm
Well,
not gonna
Turn,
watch.
bro.
That's the writers.
I know.
Not her.
Oh, I know. But I have that bad taste. I have that too spoiled salami flavor in my mouth. I don't know. Yeah,
I
I'll
mean,
watch
Cured
I guess
wild
that's kind of the
boar.
same thing that
Oh.
Kirsten Dunst has. Not Kirsten Dunst. You know who the fuck I'm talking about? Twilight.
Oh,
Kristen Stewart.
she's actually a good actress. Yeah.
She's an amazing actress.
Robert
in
Pattinson's also a good
everything
actor.
else.
Batman.
Robert
The
Pattinson's
Lighthouse
a really
was
good
phenomenal.
actor. The Lighthouse is amazing.
Also because
Shit, I didn't see that. Wanted to see it. It's Willem Dafoe, right?
Yeah,
I wanted to
everyone's
see it.
they're all in hell and everyone's crazy.
I'm a big Willem Dafoe fan too. So, have you seen Antichrist before? The Lars von Trier film Antichrist.
He had a dick stand-in in that movie
Yep.
because there's just
I
just
think-
penetration on screen.
Is that Charlotte Gainsbourg though? Is the question. I can't remember.
I don't know. I don't know enough about that movie to
I-
have
I
a strong
like
enough
him.
opinion.
I like him in
it's
Boondock
so-
Saints.
It's such a good scene though. It's really a beautiful scene.
He's
The
he is
intro.
the best Norman Osborn. in
I'm
existence.
talking about the intro to Antichrist. It's like one of the most beautiful scenes in film history.
Oh, with the kid jumping out the window.
Well, yeah, fucking spoil it. Spoiler alert.
I mean, that's the first scene.
It is the first scene.
Yeah, sorry. Anyways, self-loathing. I don't think Willem Dafoe. Actually, I want to scratch that. Think of prominent celebrities who were overcome with, questionably self-hatred, self-loathing.
Not Jeff Goldblum.
Not Jeff Goldblum. That man is bizarrely self-assured.
Mm-hmm.
But like you're Robin Williams. You're individuals who, seemingly from the outside, everyone's like, oh, they're happy. That's the
Yeah,
Quote
but
quote from The
then there's
Watchmen about
examples
the
of-
Doctor I Am Pavarotti the clown.
Right.
But then there's examples of like
Philip
what
Seymour
is
Hoffman.
clearly probably some self-loathing, but it manifests in all the wrong ways. In my example, this would be like Michael Jackson, and probably a lot of self-loathing on about his childhood and how he was raised and the abuse he went under, and there's probably definitely self-loathing in there, but he never allowed it to manifest how we would expect it to. He manifested in a very strange way.
I mean,
Well, if you could almost make the argument that it manifested in a more feminine way, because a lot of female celebrities that have that self-loathing, like, I'm pretty sure Joan Rivers isn't getting all of those operations done because she likes herself,
right. It's
So,
the
like,
opposite. Yeah.
all of the
Mm.
sort of changing of the external
Mm-hmm.
visage and everything like that's almost a more feminine way of exposing that self-loathing,
Mhm.
expressing, not exposing.
Do you think that also, in the realm of sort of Hollywood or superstars altogether, are held to this standard of beauty that is unobtainable?
Oh, speaking of, did everyone watch
which in
the
turn breeds the self
the Britney Spears short
Did she?
documentary?
No,
I
but
haven't
did
seen
did
it
she
yet.
exit conservatorship?
Not yet. That's what the documentary is about.
Oh, super.
It's is it?
But when you
New
see
York
someone
Times?
butchering their face like that,
Joan Rivers.
Joan Rivers.
No, okay.
Should-
So I was like, I don't think Britney.
no,
Leave her alone.
should there be? So I would not advocate for this being on the side that I am in this podcast, but theoretically, should there be some type of intervention among family and friends?
Some
Whereas
type of legislation?
No, intervention. Intervention.
So not regulation.
Not regulation.
Not
Intervention. Whereas
regulated,
if she was doing this to her body with alcohol or drugs or heroin, we would step in. But she's doing it with a knife
Yeah.
now. And
She's
so
paying
she's
someone
paid to do it with a knife.
Yep.
And it's an emotional or maybe possibly a psychological issue that we need to get down. Do you think intervention is when someone has so much plastic surgery? is necessary, should be encouraged,
I think
or just should I take what my approach be is like libertarian approach of just like their body, fuck them, do what they want. Like I'm not going to intervene.
my approach would be the plastic surgeon should be regulated better
Why?
because there are some levels of plastic surgery that are like borderline abusive. Like the plastic surgeon should be under a rigid.
I love this man, Jacob.
The plastic surgeon should refuse things that actually do damage to the person.
Isn't all plastic surgery a form of damage?
Sort of, but there's like different levels, right? Nothing's a
Is
binary.
plastic surgery a boob job? Does that count as plastic surgery?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Or a boob is breast
Or-
reduction?
Also plastic surgery.
Okay.
Yeah, but sometimes that can be done. That can be done for medical reasons for sure.
Commonly it is.
Like your spine is going to break. We need to
Yeah,
shrink
like,
these
this
down
is-
now.
And then there's, but more sort of what to your point is like, then there's the people who get the surgery to the point where it's like, okay, now you have to sleep sitting up because
Yes.
these will suffocate you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know, so
Or like the cat lady, I can't remember her name, who like basically had her
Oh,
face
yeah.
transformed to look like a cat.
So there's a lot of things
Yeah.
for. I mean, in terms of like your stance for the extreme body modification.
Come on,
People-
Mr. Tattoo Artist.
I really don't care. Let them do
I
what
wouldn't
they
say
want.
anything.
So, but that's funny. Is let them do
But
what
at
they
the same
want.
point, like when that
It
guy
is-
came in and was asking for a tattoo that was Nazi symbols, like you were like, no, I'm not
Oh yeah,
gonna
this
do
is
that.
racist.
You
But,
know,
but that's
so,
the
like,
personal.
there's-
I mean, that speaking. I sound like you in this episode. Like
We won him
as-
over, boys. It only took
No, not
40,
at all.
14 episodes. 40
I was
episodes.
on your side last episode, so
We'll rotate. But that's more of a business choice of like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah,
Fuck you, go do it somewhere else.
Yeah.
Or don't do it at
that's
all.
very libertarian.
It is. That's what I'm saying. Like, and that's
The right to refusal.
Don't you bake that cake.
Don't
Don't you do it.
don't you bake cakes for Nazis? Actually, I agree with that.
You
Yeah.
should not force the Jewish baker to make a Nazi cake for a Klan rally. So
No, that's very different than we're way off topic. If I get into this right
Here
now,
we
so
go.
I'm not gonna
No.
do that. But that is
No.
so
So
ridiculously
what's-
different.
nope.
So
No,
is
the
it,
fundamental core.
No, it's not.
no, you can
No.
choose. You can
No.
choose to be a Nazi.
Yeah.
You can choose to be a Nazi. You can't
Yeah.
choose to.
You
Can
can.
you?
I think I disagree
I
with
was
you.
born white.
I disagree with you in that there's plenty of people who are yes, certainly gay. Your people are born gay, but you
Yes.
you could choose to be. I guess there's still you have the
I have the freedom to abandon my fiance and just suck dick. From
You
this
could
day
choose
on.
it.
I could
You
choose
could
that.
choose
I-
it.
Certainly,
so for being
but you would have,
semantic,
you
could
have
choose it.
always been.
But
you weren't
your
a hard
sexuality
one
is
on the
sexuality.
Kinsey
Yes,
scale.
right.
You were somewhere on the spectrum. to
Yes,
begin
exactly. Right, of course.
I'm a 0.
But I'm saying you said you were a 2.
Is that like
You told us-
ragingly,
Don't let him lie.
ragingly,
I can't even be in the
Heterosexual.
same room with a man.
Don't listen.
but like
that's
that
gay.
dick.
Tanner in
Yeah.
private
So
conversation
what does
said
that say
2.
about how
So.
he sees you?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm a 2.
Here's this question.
I'm actually a 2 on the Kinsey scale, and it's because I'm my healthy obsession with Benedict Cumberbatch.
No.
Valid.
Really?
Oh God.
What about Ryan Gosling?
No.
That's
No, I mean
Are
fucking
you
Drive.
just like
No.
2003
That dude.
Tumblr in person?
I
Like what's
fucking
up
love
with
it.
that?
Yeah, I love it. I'm locked in that. I'm locked in him as Sherlock. And fucking love him as Sherlock. I love him as any role he's in. I love him.
We
And-
even had to listen
And that-
to.
that
So we
voice.
just did trivia earlier tonight, and one of the trivia theme songs was a theme song to Sherlock. There's always one in there.
It's either that or Doctor Who.
Tanner runs the trivia.
I wrote it.
Oh, not right anymore. Okay.
But yes, no, that's mine. That's why I'm a 2. Because I don't know, it's his voice when he played Khan in Star Trek.
I just think it's
Sploosh.
really, I just think it's really, I just think it's really weird that it's Benedict Cumberbatch and not something more obvious like Jason Momoa or like.
Oh, so that's
No,
masculine.
no,
That's
no.
masculine.
I think the thing there is the masculine feminine.
Yeah, it's not the it's too masculine. I know that's a man. Like that's the manliest man that ever manned is
Right.
Jason Momoa. All right.
I agree though. I'm actually in the same boat.
Yeah, but-
I like like the guys who like do tickle me in any way would be suavier guys. Like fucking definitely like John Hamm, like in Mad Men. You know?
But even John Hamm is a very like pinnacle.
Slender.
Of,
I like the slender.
But he's pinnacle of a
Masculine.
different. It's a
Little-
different
So more, you're
masculinity.
like more like on the Elijah Wood kind of.
He's too short for me.
He's not actually a hobbit.
Are you sure?
But like John
Do you
Hamm,
hang out in caves? You're friends with Gandalf?
he is pretty
bitch,
short.
bitch, how you not the Hobbit again?
I think he's
You
shorter
sure?
than me, so.
He's not tall. Not tall
it's,
man.
it's the
My-
axe. Oh God, I don't know what it is. Because like close second behind him is David Tennant. So
Do you just like skinny British guys?
yeah, I don't
He's
know.
just a hulock.
What about
I need some
Little fucking
intelligence.
nerd.
I like the intelligence a little. Well,
Oh.
first of all,
Do you like ship them?
Tennant is probably a better actor.
We've already established that Doctor Who's a children's show on this podcast.
Fake
so.
ass news. What?
So like, what about oh god.
Go ahead, pick my brain. I'm an open book. I have nothing to hide about my.
I don't think
my,
you want.
I have
think you
nothing to
want
do about my 2 Kinsey scale hetero flexibility.
Oh no, there's
Sad.
You're gonna ask a question.
my brain lost it. I can't.
He says the main problem he has everything.
I-
Go ahead, bro.
I have to trade.
It's an empty bottle.
I had to trade off
Fuck
my
you,
brain
God.
cells to the next supervisor when I left work today, so it's.
You're gonna ask me in terms of my preference of men, attraction to men.
Skinny British man.
Oh, homeboy that played Loki.
Tom Hiddleston.
Tom Hiddleston, yeah.
He seems greasy, and I think it's solely because of the role. No, I mean that in
I
like.
mean, he always
What's
had
up,
that
dude?
slicked back
Southpaw,
hair.
Yeah,
as
and
Loki,
I think it's
so
very much the
very-
character.
Yeah.
But like, I don't think I've seen him
He
in
is
anything
shiny
else
in
actually.
those movies.
Yeah.
He's an attractive man. He does phenomenal impressions. I don't know if you've ever seen the videos on YouTube, him doing impressions of people. But yeah,
I think I'm actually more attracted to acting.
he's good looking, but I'm not a slut for him.
Because like David Tennant does more for me than fucking Benedict Cumberbatch does for some reason. I don't know why.
I think it's because Benedict Cumberbatch has a very unique face.
It is. That's
I
true.
feel like if Benedict Cumberbatch tripped, he might cut whoever's nearby with his like face bones. He's got too many angles on his face.
Yeah, he's like some Red Dawn level like face.
He looks like, I don't know if you guys have, if you've ever watched, there's a series on YouTube called Monster Factory, where all they do is they go in and no middle sliders is their thing for their character creation. He looks like he was made in that series.
I loved him in Khan and Star Trek. I love him in all his roles he plays, especially Sherlock. So it's like I don't know.
He's just like, oh my
Doctor-
god.
I don't know how you.
He's just like the desolation of a smog.
Yeah, that voice that used so very little digital tuning. It was so almost all natural voice, and it's so fucking.
So have you had a smog sex dream?
He is also the voice of Dormammu in Doctor Strange.
He does both, yes, and he's the necromancer in The Hobbit too. Does it all,
Dude. Look
I mean,
those lips.
So that whole
he is the
scene was
Andy
him
Serkis of
talking to
voices.
himself?
Yes, at the end of he's come to bargain. Yeah. Yeah, he is to voice as Andy Serkis is to motion capture. He's everyone. Is that person CGI? It's Andy Serkis. behind him. Is that person contorting themselves up a wall? Andy Serkis.
Is it not
Did Guillermo del
CGI?
Toro direct this?
Yeah,
It's
Andy
Andy
Serkis.
if it's not CGI and it's still creepy as fuck, it's Doug Jones.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's true.
Oh, I thought you were going to go back to Benedict Cumberbatch.
I mean, he is creepy as fuck.
Benedict
but
Camembert.
it's the cheese I don't want to touch.
Camembert, yeah.
Bramble Wine Camp.
But you're right. 2003 Tumblr was obsessed with.
Yeah.
Bandersnatch.
Well,
There was
What was-
fan fiction gay porn between him and Moriarty, like them going at it. It was crazy.
It was
Well,
a hard time.
What
It
was
was a
that?
great time.
What was
Then
that?
Tumblr banned porn, and
Then Tumblr went bankrupt. They lost.
Did it though?
They didn't go bankrupt. They lost $4 billion in a
I
day
can
though.
go in my followers right now and pull up tons of porn on Tumblr.
What was
is
that?
it all like intense /fic?
No, I don't know what it is about my blog that I haven't touched in a couple of years, but I keep
You
getting
survived
the
purge.
followers. I keep getting followers of like, you know, sexy Russian brides will be mailed to you in a crate. So I'm like, that's not.
I hope there's holes in the crate.
That's not anything.
So what is this? What is this Tumblr again for
By
research
the way, we've
purposes?
just been feasting on this with you guys.
And they kick out like FDR in the Futurama.
It's usually
UFO,
something like
alien.
JR6KB, like, you know,
Possibly a serial number for a
KGB.
firearm,
yeah.
maybe a Russian.
Junior KGB.
I believe the letters you're looking for are GRU.
That's my cartoon male crush though, Sterling Archer.
Yeah.
Just made me think of KGB. Yeah.
But what about John Benjamin in real life?
No,
Oh, come on.
John Benjamin in real life is not an attractive man.
He's a soft lover though. Like he takes care of you. He makes sure everyone
I
everyone gets there with John Benjamin. You know that
I
shit.
couldn't imagine
H.
having
John
sex with
Benjamin.
John Benjamin, yeah, and him
Hmm.
talking in bed. I was just like, oh my god, it's just Bob and
mean-
or Archer or Dr. Katz or whatever the fuck.
You have a
Yes.
fucking Coach
McGurk.
McGurk. You're having a 5-sum with those 4 characters.
That's home
I mean,
home
that
movies,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
That would kind of be like the plus side to hooking up with a voice actor.
Yeah.
Or Carl from
They
Family
could,
Guy.
they could role play it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know, how, like
It's Carl
everybody
from
lost
Family
their
Guy.
minds
That's right.
over Zuko when
something
quarantine
biting me. What the fuck?
started. Like,
It's not Johnny Young Bosch.
it's
Actually, it might be.
no, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. So like everybody lost their mind over Zuko. If we hook up with him, like there you go.
Oh yeah.
Personally,
Fucking.
Sokka's an underrated himbo, but I'm not convinced he knows how to read.
Uncle
So I'd take him
Iroh.
over Zuko.
Uncle
Uncle
Iroh.
Iroh. Like I will
Leaves on the
queue up.
vine.
Yeah, I will just queue up Iroh Lo-Fi,
Mm-hmm.
and it's him just sitting there with like a cup of tea,
Oh, yeah.
and like the steam coming off the tea is the only thing moving,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's just all of his Iroh-isms put to Lo-Fi.
Or
No,
that's
that's
And
So
it's like
that would
6
just
hours.
Make me sad.
Oh, when you hit Leaves on a Vine or Little Soldier Boy,
Yeah.
you just
So
Ever
who's your
impressed,
celebrity
ever
crush?
Bold of you to assume I'm
You're-
attracted to anyone.
Oh,
ever.
there you go.
Oh.
Look at that. You assuming again.
No, I mean,
the Necronomicon.
Good job. You asked an asexual what they're attracted to.
I'm not.
Sam
I
Raimi
don't think
special
I'm
effects.
asexual. I'm just like tired.
I'm too tired to be
So we're-
attracted to you right now.
I have like a profile on Tinder and whatever and all these things and like I even have a profile on Meet Me mostly because I like to see how much of a shit show it is.
You better swipe right on me. Better. I'll be able to send.
I'm gonna be 100%
She's
honest.
a libertarian, and she's like,
I designed my profile. I took your lines.
oh, good.
It's the only way that works. It's I'm a liberal and I won't leave you like your daddy did or whatever.
COVID's not a deal breaker, is the other one.
Yeah. I try to use your lines that would have this 100% success rate. Pretty barren desert over here in the
I don't know, anything with like
Because they just look
daddy
at you
issue
and they're like,
jokes
"Does he have a fish?"
automatically swipe left. So like, you know.
What if it's a photo of Tanner with a fish?
What?
That's
No, so there's a lot of.
I do not have a picture of a fish.
No, there's a constant trope of people in online dating for guys.
Dudes having fish.
Dudes just like
That's because
With a
men
fish.
make their dating profiles to appeal to men because they don't know what appeals to women.
just
Dude.
join around it.
So
What does a fish have to do with like see this
I've
largemouth
heard-
bass?
I've heard guys be like, "Oh no, it shows that I can provide for you." Like, bitch, I have
There's a
3
grocery
grocery
store.
stores in my town. Like, what?
and you catch
What a
and you
walking
catch and release
distance.
anyway.
First
just
of
be
all,
honest.
you're under the impression that I would be caught dead outside. Like, so,
Oh no, I'm just talking in general.
yeah,
though.
so no, there's not
photo
me.
of Tanner on a couch. Photo of him sitting at a computer
Yeah.
and playing Magic. And honestly, that would
It's a photo of Tanner.
And
with
they're
a
all the
controller in
same
his hands.
Derek Zoolander style picture photo looking at the camera.
I would say a big one for me. I think I was like reading an article about this
it's
earlier.
only a natural progression from self.
You definitely want to you want a photo with a dog.
Yeah, no, obviously.
You don't
Yeah,
want
dogs,
to.
not
You
cats.
do not want to photo with a cat. You lose points.
I don't want
points
to fuck
have
with
a
dog
cat.
people. I'm a cat. I have cats.
Yes, but I'm trying to tell you.
Truth be told, my brother Alex was very much a cat dude.
If you are
Well, I'm telling
not
you-
friends with cats, you're not friends of mine. That's
There's
a Mark
something,
Twain
there's,
quote.
there's something about
Isn't
having
Ben
a cat
Franklin, I
photo.
don't trust people
I
that dog doesn't like.
I don't think women have a problem with you having a cat. I think the cat photo specifically just is there's a trigger.
I do not.
Unless you're doing the thing where you're wearing your hoodie backwards and you have your cat in the hood.
That's dope.
That's like that. You can't go wrong.
That's
Oh, he has cats and he's silly.
if you're not silly, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I signed up for shenanigans, not antics.
No, I think
Power
mine
Antics
said,
is like a
mine
great
said
album.
cat,
It is.
crazy cat dad or something.
Personally, I turn on the bright lights guy, but
I don't have any photos of the cats in the profile. I don't remember.
that's probably a good thing.
So it goes.
Although apparently it doesn't matter for you.
It doesn't matter.
Everyone go on Tinder right now. Set your area to Greater Boston, I guess.
Shouldn't it be current location?
If it's right now, yeah. Do it at Willimantic CT and give them some right.
Give me some swipe rights.
Give me some right swipes. Come on, some pity swipes.
Otherwise, I'm going to slip into self-loathing
Yes.
because I'm clearly not
Way
attractive
to bring
enough.
it back. Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yes.
full circle.
But I don't think the self-loathing is about anything specific about a person, though. I think it's more relates to the existentialism of like my life. I don't really care about my life nor the lives of it's a really holistic thing of self-loathing our whole entire generation. You know,
Yeah.
Our whole generation self-loathes itself, you know?
I think when it comes to sort of the millennial dread,
Hmm.
it goes back into that position of we see our parents or the generation before us in well-established positions.
Perceived purpose, I think, is a big
Yes.
one.
I mean, perceived order, I would say. I wouldn't even say purpose.
But
I would say that
purpose is derived from the order.
I have a question. How many of those people online do you really feel are self-loathing, or
Yeah, all of them.
well,
Honestly.
no, because I feel when I see people just use the trope of like this person gets me because I'm so
I think.
I'm so like depressed. Like you don't. I think so many people don't really know what real crippling depression is.
Oh,
That you say like no,
Sure.
bitch, you ain't depressed. Sorry, I'm just picking.
I know what you're getting
no,
at.
dude,
but,
you're not.
But I feel like
You're
I
not
thought
depressed.
that for a while, but I feel like that's not the true case. Really, I think it is true. It is a true expression of our generation that we are just a generation of depressed people. Honestly, for real. Even the happiest among us.
what's
I think in
interesting-
a way it's like relating to expectations and everything that we've talked about so far is like the number one thing that like boomers love to shit on millennials about is the whole like participation trophy.
Yeah.
So which for me as a child, softball, martial arts tournaments, like everything, getting these like participation things. Actually, no, I kicked ass at Taekwondo.
Me too.
Fuck out of here. But anyways,
Secondary black
Yeah,
belt.
but that's also an entire like progression award system where it's
Right.
like, yeah, you don't get a participation for getting your black belt. You get the black belt, and then you
Yeah.
can say, I
no, but
have this black belt.
I meant more like in tournaments.
Oh, okay.
Like even if I got silver or whatever, like in a sparring match, there were these people who,
Just for showing up.
yes, I'm not gonna be disparaging towards them. They were doing their best, but like they were doing their best. Great, that should be recognized in some way, maybe. But on the same
So,
time,
did you
like
guys do martial arts?
softball getting a "you showed up" award because
I did when I was like
Sucks,
6 or
softball.
7. I stopped after 3 years.
So
because-
softball's different than the team
all that
sport.
did,
like,
yeah,
this
but all
sucks, and I
that
joined the
did
chess club.
was make me. It felt like the period under the exclamation point of you didn't have to be here, you know, like you weren't necessary for this win.
I actually have a way, something to like sort of expound upon.
I
that.
was the worst kid on my baseball team.
Yeah,
That concept, I think, also think how that expands to like scientific success now, though, right? There's not really a lot of one person discovers something that changes the world anymore,
Yeah, it's a team of like 30 fucking people.
or more, obviously. Yeah, and like research happens in a big group,
Yeah.
and everything, and that combined with incremental change, you just don't have these like huge breakthroughs that you used to. And if you do have a huge breakthrough, it is the process of like 10 years of work from a whole bunch of people, right?
Yeah.
So
we've gone past the
there's
era
no
of
Einsteins.
Tesla. There is no Einstein. There is no Nikola Tesla.
Those are Einsteins.
There's
are
plenty of
businessmen.
Edisons.
Exactly. Your Elon Musk is an Edison.
there's tons of
Yeah.
Edisons and Watson and Cricks and
Right.
like
Like everyone who
You're saying
worships,
they don't exist anymore?
everyone who sucks
we're
Elon
all
Musk's
saying that
dick.
people who can capitalize on the work of others exist.
Yeah, businessmen.
Yeah, like Edison was not really an inventor; he was a businessman.
Sure.
Tesla was a visionary. Like,
Bona
We're talking
fide.
about modern time.
Yeah,
but we're saying that like Elon Musk,
he's not
his
an
success,
inventor.
he wasn't the one designing the Falcon Heavy.
Right.
He was paying people to do it, and he capitalized and he was the face of it. He is the Edison of the current times, I would say.
Getting research by
Bill,
in
Bill
a way,
Gates is
he's
the
Just say,
same.
I
He's
think
like,
that's
he
naive
is
to
his
say
own
that he's
bullshit.
not in. So I was
Now, originally, like much like Jeff Bezos, now he is a businessman. He is not involved in it, but he did contribute things.
To what? PayPal? Whatever.
Yeah, PayPal. Those are pretty much fun. Oh, was that sarcasm?
Yeah.
Okay.
But no, because I'm watching an interview with him the other day, and they asked him what is his day, what does he do, and what is his week, can he do?
He gets investigated by the SEC
How can-
for
how-
manipulating
But how
Dogecoin.
can Tesla and SpaceX and the Boring Company and all these other
Boring company
projects
going bankrupt.
and the household flamethrowers,
Still,
all
still
that
a boring
shit.
company.
Yeah, no, but like
Not-
just in
not a
general,
flamethrower.
just all this stuff that he still has plans to do on top of it. How does he have time to fucking eat a meal? Like, and so he basically says Monday through Saturday, he gets about 6.5 to 7 hours of sleep a night.
is that not a lot?
Our
I mean,
generation-
I'm just
Yeah,
saying
like- I
a
sleep
lot
like
of articles
5 to 6 hours.
say those kind of numbers, and they're like, oh, he doesn't get a full 8 hours. Like, who the fuck does?
Nobody.
People who are depressed.
Day shift or swing shift people in casinos get a
Yeah.
healthy
12 hours.
12 hours. For me, I was
Okay,
sleeping all the
swing
time.
shift in a casino, about 5.
You're swing shift in a casino?
Yes.
Where?
Mohegan Sun.
And you're getting 5? I've been a casino dealer for 12 years. So, swing shift? 5.
Yeah.
So you're getting out of 4. You're doing 8 to 4s.
I'm doing 3 to 11s.
Okay, so, and then.
Isn't that second shift?
That's not. What? That's day shift. Mohegan is a 3 to 11 now?
Isn't
Yeah.
that just
Because
second
I'm
shift?
at the
We
hotel.
count. That's kind of. Oh, you're not a dealer. I'm thinking you're a dealer.
Yeah, no, I'm at the hotel. I'm doing 3 to 11s.
Oh.
I mean, today I had to do a double.
They
because
call
some
that
people
swing
out.
shift?
Yeah, because we have our 7 to 3. That's morning. Swing is our 3 to 11, and then
Oh, we're using
overnight
very
is our
different
11
terms.
to.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
like,
in the
that's-
dealer
that's
world.
second shift for like my first and longest job, I guess, like career was I was originally second shift doing 3:30 to 11:30 at a call center, and then I moved to 1 to 9, which was
These
swing shift.
second shifts. We don't use this.
I fucking love second shift. I
So-
destroyed my liver
So deal
every day of the week.
day shift for dealer is 11
That's great.
11 a.m. to 7, 12 to 8, 1 to 9. Swing shift is 8 p.m. to 4 a.m., 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. And so what would happen is 5 a.m. then you get home by the time you get bed at 6 a.m. and you, at least me, I would sleep until 2 or 3 in the afternoon. So
I
it'd
mean,
be 8 or 9.
that was my sleep cycle when I was still dating my ex and super depressed and hating my life. But
Well, I was on swing shift, so I was super
Yeah.
depressed and hating my life
Yeah.
because I never got to
I
see the
mean,
daylight
but
or
now
do things
Who
with my
needs
friends
daylight?
or do things with my friends at night.
yeah. But now I'm like, I
No
actually
friends.
I found video games again. Like I have things that I actually enjoy now because I don't get home and immediately. Like I shouldn't talk shit about him
Wait,
because I
whoa.
know that some of you know him. But like,
I do not know your.
Okay.
So
like,
shit away.
but like,
All fade
Wait, hold on.
ignorance.
Are you at the front counter of the
I'm the swing shift supervisor.
swing shift supervisor at the
Front desk.
at
Front
the
desk.
hotel?
Yeah.
I guarantee it's why you walked in, you looked a little familiar. You might have checked me in. Like so my father gets.
Bold of you to assume I would
Yeah, I know.
remember. Like, come on.
I know, but like you check in a lot of people, I'm sure. But like I get a room there every week. My father gets it for me. I think it was you. I think you we had to call my father over the phone.
Oh shit! No, I think okay.
Eric call.
Yes. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
And you checked in.
Yeah. And I think I was like, oh my best friend in middle school is named Tanner or something.
Yes.
Like that.
Yeah, I remember you now. I'm like, it's kind of familiar. I didn't know where I knew you from. That's crazy. Small world.
I'm telling you.
Hello.
Yeah. I mean, it's Connecticut. Like it's a small world.
That's true.
Connecticut's got a lot of people for being a small state, though. So
That's true.
high density of people.
Wait,
But,
so
the-
was
the
it
humor
you
about it,
that
though,
we
is that
had
we're
to
all-
charge your father, I guess, like $250 for smoking in his room? And then he called us and he was super mad and he was like, I wasn't even there. What is this for? I was like, well, if it wasn't. Okay, I don't know. Maybe he gave one of his rooms to someone else. But like,
Maybe no.
I should stop.
I don't
talking
smoke.
so much.
No, I would not
Business.
smoke in the room, especially if it's not smoking.
So I could tell you, at least from the one that you gave me before, you guys seem to go more on the bitter side. If you want to try something that's more sweet, the wall of sound is.
Hey,
that is up
let's
his
do some
alley.
sweetness over here. I got my vanilla and blackberry jam.
Oh my god.
I would like to try it. I'm terrified because it's barefoot, but
I forgot that I signed up for Wink,
Mm.
so I had been paying for it and not using
is
it.
Wink?
So I have like $800 worth of Wink credits.
Yeah.
What is Wink?
It's short for One Club. It's like it's an
It's
online
Wine
thing.
It's a
Oh,
new
dude.
Are you
It's
about to
one of
sign up
those-
for Wink right
it's-
now?
I fucking might.
It's one of those websites that's like, how do you take your coffee? What's your favorite kind of candy? And that's like, okay, you probably like this kind of wine.
So I signed up for Bespoke Post like years ago as a subscription box, and I'm a little disappointed with it now because they're like recycling ideas and everything else is like, get this cool knife. I'm like, I've got like a million fucking knives. Like, why do I need a Damascus steel with a diamond wood hand? I'm like,
Because you're self-loathing.
honestly, yeah, I would buy those if I hated
Yeah,
myself.
because well, no, because the
That could be another
checkout
expression.
is just a dopamine
Shopping.
spike.
Shopping, I 100%. I agree.
Yeah.
I gotta buy things to make myself feel better because I have things. Or-
Yes, yes.
At the risk of sounding like Chuck Palahniuk.
It's the only reason I have nice lighting in my room. just to make myself feel better.
Ask Jake. I am the worst when it comes to lighting. I'm like, I only need a single light bulb in a small corner of a room.
Yeah.
Dim, low light all the time, so I don't have to see myself, so I don't need to.
Let me buy you lights, because I'll tell you what, everybody looks good with blue lighting.
Blue light.
Yes.
I don't.
65 was right.
Yes.
I don't shoot with blue lighting. Fuck that.
Really?
I'm all warm
I mean,
temperatures.
I feel like I look the best with a purple backlight and green front lights.
Joker colors. I dig it.
I
honestly was going more like Gamora, different sort of alien
honestly,
skin, like, because it's a green front.
green
Purple
front, purple background, which I'm on TikTok because I'm a shithead, which is that's the lighting I use when I'm doing
Now
my...
the Chinese government has your face.
Ooh, what are they gonna do with it? Like,
Use it for
clone you?
advertising. Use it for advertising. But like,
But like that was the lighting scheme I came up for too, because I do D&D TikToks, right? Fucking kill me. But like,
Oh no,
That was
we
the-
just have a lot of questions.
that was the lighting
Many-
scheme I
many
came up
questions.
with for like my warlock characters: purple background, green front, and
That's
I was
cool.
like, oh, this actually makes me not hate the way I look.
Do you play online or do you play in person?
fuck this
I
Roll20 nonsense.
mean,
Second question:
I
Have you
played
been to
both
the
ways for a
shop
while.
down on Main Street, Willimantic?
yeah, my sister was the one who brought in the Daria.
Holy shit! Wow.
Yeah.
How's she doing? I'm seeing her literally the first year we opened. So first, let me give the story here.
Yeah, no, tell your story first.
First year I'm open. I have my cases are we're very small. We have 2 cases, one for Magic and one little one for comics, and we're nothing. Wow, that's so crazy.
She used to work at MTV.
And
so that's where
MTV. She worked at MTV. She says they're cleaning this office out and they're just throwing things in the dumpster, just chucking it. And they find original storyboards, complete storyboards of Daria with editor notes and edits of the art.
Seriously?
That's just
Yeah.
worth $100.
So
Piece.
she sells me 3 of them. I tried to find, like, is there anything like this on eBay? We had no idea what they could be.
So you can price that.
I had no idea. I said, this is an item that I do not. This is something you see on Pawn Stars. Like, let me call an expert who fucking works in meat and entertainment that might know this. I didn't have an expert, so we shot from the hip. She was very nice, and well, I mean, in the for business reasons
Well,
and
yeah, in
transactions.
public,
So I get 3 of them, 3 complete storyboards with the post-it notes still inside with the notes and the drawing, like it's saying like change Jane's expression. She should be mad here, not happy.
Right.
Like things like this. It was crazy, and I loved Daria growing up, and so I just had to have them.
Phenomenal fucking show.
Had to have them.
I'm gonna be 100% honest. I've never actually seen a full episode.
That's weird.
You should.
That's not.
We need to get on that.
I mean, we were too poor for TV when I was a kid, so.
I mean, I
You
never
have-
watched like anything.
I
I didn't watch fucking Doug until I was like 16. when
Everything
the internet
that
was
I've
there.
watched that's like
They are
millennial
ones
media was because it was like in the short amount of time that I was like hanging out at my neighbor's house.
She sells me 3 complete storyboards. I put 2 in the case to sell. I keep 1. I still have one at the shop currently right now. It's in the back room. And I said because it was still really hit or miss if we were going to survive as a shop. And I said if I ever go out of business and
You want one of these?
this is what I want to walk away with and say I still have this. I won't sell it ever.
Right.
I still have it to this day. I will never sell it. It is the coolest thing I have in the shop, at least in my opinion. And just nobody knows it's there.
It
It's
has
in
his
a-
own artwork in the shop.
I do have my own artwork shop. It
Dark
is
is
cooler
so
artwork
fast.
than my
Okay, but
artwork.
every artist is like, oh, my stuff.
It goes back to the
is
topic,
fine.
the
Yes,
self-loathing.
And it is just that's crazy. You came in with
Try,
it,
gotta keep
right?
that. Gotta keep
Yeah.
the topic
Wow,
up.
this is.
I came in with her because it was in the middle of my like accounting classes. So she was like, I'm an idiot. I need you to talk about money.
Figure out if I'm getting money for
So
this.
Yeah.
when I went to the hotel and checked in with you, you didn't remember me from being the shop owner.
I mean, also with masks, like
That's fair.
Right.
That's fair.
And also with your hair now, Tanner.
That's true. I was
Thanks to Keeps.
thanks to Keeps. I was balding and now I'm not. It's the
I
real
think
deal.
in my memory, your hair is more vibrantly red.
I
From
have
that
red
interaction.
You were a
beard.
ginger.
Yeah. You know who's a natural redhead ginger? Mr. Benedict Cumberbatch.
I thought you were gonna say like Spencer or something.
No.
Like someone who actually.
Someone, the gorgeous Benedict Cumberbatch.
But yeah. I mean, I can, but you asked how my sister is doing. I have no idea. We don't talk to each other anymore.
Yeah, she showed me her her press pass or whatever. She had the MTV pass with the pictures. I was like, okay, you work at MTV. Like,
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I mean, if you want to hear secondhand stories about celebrities, I could do that. But like,
So a friend of ours is commonly buying up concept art and storyboards for
Steppenwolf.
Mission Hill.
Stephen Gurley.
Yeah. And a partially very rough piece of one image of it.
Of them fight of Kevin and
from what?
Mission Hill.
Mission Hill.
I don't know what that is.
That's surprising if you know it's related to Daria, really.
Yeah. It was 300.
It was originally shopped out. It's Bill Oakley, Josh Weinstein. They're both from Simpsons, and then they ended up. One of them is making. They worked on Futurama. One of them is one of the creators, is the main creator, really, even more so than Matt Groening for Disenchantment. So they're pretty big animator. But this is this kind of their failed masterpiece. It was great, and no one watched it.
Much like I don't remember if it was on Fox or not.
It was supposed to be on MTV.
Yeah.
It ended up being UPN or something.
So I definitely know that it was during the period of time in which everyone was dumping out these edgy animated shows.
They're supposed to be called The In-Betweeners, and they got changed to being called Mission Hill.
Yeah.
I've seen every episode many times.
But this
What is it about?
life.
It's about
Everything.
sorry, Downtowners. It's supposed to be called Downtowners. Sorry.
I was gonna say the In-Betweeners is a channel for
Yeah.
British
Sorry, I got back.
What was that to do with Daria?
It's very similar, kind of like
Similar animation style. I think they use some of the same animators too.
Well, those would be Mike Judge animators because they did use Butthead.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. So there's definitely some crossover.
No,
Because
it was during the period of time in which you had animated sort of slice of life,
Slices.
edgy shows that were just one season canceled.
It's the first. It's
And
the
then
first
everyone
on-screen
loved
gay
it.
kiss on TV. Is in that show.
What?
The first on-screen gay kiss is on that show. In Mission Hill.
On-screen gay
Kiss.
kiss in television.
Yeah, it's Mission Hill. Trivia for you.
Purposefully homosexual, not man.
Yeah. Yes. They
yeah, I was gonna say there's definitely been
Men
No.
kiss each other.
Yeah.
These are husbands
Okay.
in Mission Hill.
Even what was that show on MTV? Undressed. They definitely had gay characters on there. McNice.
It's before that,
Yeah, this was
90s.
Oh, 90. Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
late 90s, late 90s.
Yeah.
Interesting. Now I'm gonna try your sweet wine. But anyways, Jake, you were saying that we're kind of pushing the break time.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So yes, bathroom break.
You should
Stretch your legs.
Don't
I'm
stop.
not gonna move. I may just get another bottle of wine, but
I have one here
I'll-
for you.
Ugh.
It's called.
I'm gonna
You
get a
did
bottle of wine
say
that I
that you
actually.
wanted to try.
Is this fruit
I
top or
still-
not?
Like we have it recorded. We can play it back.
We've already established though that just because something is corked doesn't mean it's better than a screw top.
I was hoping
And the
that-
price is
That's
$6.
true.
I was
That's
hoping
very
it was a
true.
screw top so we could put the top back on when we were done with it.
They just cast it into the wild.
All right,
Also,
we're gonna try
I
your sweet
love
wine.
this. Oh man, this is so.
Alrighty. It's a cork puller. Alright,
We'll be back.
we'll be back in a
I'll
few
give a
minutes.
story about it.
Don't go too far. Don't touch that dial. Left, right cab. See you in a little bit.
Oh, that sent me back.
Mission Hill? Or,
No, don't touch that dial.
no. And that's why I don't eat pastrami.
Oh God!
Too salty.
Welcome back. I just killed.
A code red.
A wine
That wine.
that is giving my insides a code red.
Listen, I'm fully willing to admit that
No, this wasn't you.
One of the areas in my life that I do prescribe very heavily to a feminine nature or a traditionally feminine nature is sweet wines.
Right.
So
But this wasn't
so does
you.
Tanner. This was
Yeah,
not-
so do me. As I said, I
So
like
do
my
me.
feminine men, my whatever.
Feminine
So
wines.
feminine wines. But wait, I thought you were gonna pour the blackberry.
I am, but you think I can't fucking chug? Come on.
So, anyways, yeah, that was a little. That was from your box subscription. So I don't fault you. I fault the company.
I mean, I did choose it, but I did just choose wines that I haven't tried yet.
So
So-
we're gonna do a battle of the wines right
That
now.
fucking says something.
Yeah, it does. Quality wine.
Shall we fucking compare? One of these is not like the other. One of these is Juggernaut.
One of those is made from cork.
One of these is made from cork. That's right.
Okay, so
The other
I am
is fucking
submitting.
I
hard
almost
plastic.
feel like those plastic.
So the beginning of our show was on self-loathing, and we talked about it. Then we talked to celebrities how they self-loathe. Then we talked about celebrities we wanted to bang, and then
Talk about
Celebrities
millennial
that you guys wanna
self-loathing.
millennial self-loathing,
Yeah.
and then millennial celebrities we wanted to bang. Everything is just
And then
about
during the break, we
Oh,
talked
we
about
actually never
shitty
went-
TV shows that we'd
bang two.
We didn't really go around and say our celebrity crushes. You mentioned it. We didn't do it.
Oh right.
So not your male one. What's your actual celebrity crush? Benedict Cumberbatch. Never mind.
Are you discounting his?
I
his
retract everything I said.
Let's do, let's go for equality,
You're-
male and female.
Yeah, do male and female. Sure. Yeah.
Presenting. Let's do
Yes. Identifying male and female.
You know, I don't necessarily have a female crush, like one that I'm just like obsessive over, like I am with
Yeah.
so the closest would be Amy Pond or Karen Gillan in Doctor Who.
He just likes redheads.
Doctor Who and Red.
No, he just likes Doctor Who.
This is true.
This is
This
true.
is true.
He doesn't like Amy Pond. He likes Amy
He-
Pond's
he-
proximity.
he likes
to
the-
David.
Different doctor, different companion. They never meet.
Capaldi's
He's Matt Smith. She's Matt Smith.
the one season Doctor.
Fucking children.
Matt Smith. He's
Yeah, wasn't he
3,
like-
4 seasons.
No, I thought-
Eccleston is one season.
Okay.
Anyways,
Which a travesty.
Eccleston
Yes.
is fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Anyways.
Who stands?
I don't.
Get
I stopped
out,
watching
get out.
children's shows when Yo Gabba Gabba came out. So.
Avatar is less
So,
of a
so
children's show.
okay, I don't have
Fucking
a
Avatar is not.
I don't have a specific celebrity female that I'm obsessed with, like I do male with Benedict Cumberbatch. But
Cumberbatch.
Bandersnatch.
Benedict who gets my comeback.
Benedict, come on my back. But I specifically am very attracted to certain women in certain roles. For example, in the new Picard show on CBS.
I gotta watch it. I'm such a Star Wars fan. Star Trek fan.
Do you care if I say something? Do you know
Huh?
who's in there? Who's in it?
Yeah.
Makes a cameo.
It's 7 and 9.
She is so fucking hot.
Oh
And-
my God.
okay, not just
She's
even
also a fucking bigot.
not whatever.
She and her husband.
Don't care. Don't care.
Beans.
Don't care.
Spoiler
Don't care.
alert.
Don't care. This is me looking at, just looking at her. This is me just looking at
Sorry.
her. I don't have to talk to her.
Just object.
She's an object.
Objectifier.
I'm objectifying her. She's not.
I mean, we're talking about crushes.
Yeah.
We don't have to.
She'd probably like that.
Yeah, it's fine.
Beans.
Whatever.
No, she and her husband are like.
I'm not talking about young. Even when she was younger, she's not. But in this new show, with her hair down and long, and she's just fucking badass and sexy. So, but Jerry Ryan isn't like my celebrity crush. It's just in that role, she's like, holy fuck, you know, so hot, so hot. But I can't think of any other. Like, that's just the first one that came to my head. I'd have to actually sit and think about another female that's kind of pretty hot.
Your turn, Travis.
Weirdly enough, male one.
Oh, what's that?
Fucking David Duchovny.
Oh, that's a good. Have you seen Twin Peaks?
Between Fox Mulder and Californication.
Have you seen Twin Peaks?
Young David Duchovny
Okay.
gets there.
By the way, I know what
Old
my
David
baseline
Duchovny.
is.
Also,
I know what my
Somehow
baseline is.
that-
I need some
that
fucking
tracks.
redheads.
Yeah.
Emma Stone
Emma
is,
Stone.
is my
That makes
baseline.
complete
So Emma Stone,
Go to.
Easy A is a great movie. I have no problem saying that. Emma Stone is one of the top two.
Emma
for
Stone,
it.
yeah. Emma Stone.
Going back to your David Duchovny, does anyone know where David Duchovny got his start?
Yep.
Before X-Files, he was in Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
And in Twin Peaks, he played a trans woman.
If anyone here answers Millie Bobby Brown, you have to leave.
That's gross.
That's a whole
fucking
ass
disgusting.
child.
Yeah, that's why. That's why you have to leave.
I don't know who that.
Drake would.
It's 13
Drake would answer that.
or 12, whatever her name is.
That's a whole ass
Oh,
child.
the
11.
Stranger.
Keep counting down.
You'll get there eventually.
No, whatever her
It's not-
age is, that's what she is.
I've never seen Stranger Things. I don't really care to.
It's very good. It's
Wow.
Yeah.
good. Coming from
Okay,
me,
can I
snobby
go-
as fuck
can I
with
go
that
for your
shit.
Oh
jam?
yeah, we're gonna jam.
Your Jim Jams?
We're gonna jam.
All right. So, but yeah, David Duchovny, Emma Stone is close number 2 on it.
Let's do a
But the number 1, as I did say, she was one of 2. Number 2
I like
is
it.
It's very
captured
I like
because she cannot age. It was Brittany Murphy.
Brittany Murphy.
She did.
She's
Charlie Murphy.
definitely not Charlie. Actually, not even definitely not, but just like no.
Yeah.
Charlie Murphy's not in these.
You get
is
some of this
aging.
jam?
I promise
I
you.
did not.
You open that coffin, she looks pretty aged.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
She's
been dead a while.
She does age.
She decays.
Her nails,
Much like a fine
the
wine
nails and the
that's
hair
been
keep
left
growing.
open. It actually doesn't. Your skin recedes.
Oh yeah, that's right.
gross.
Wine.
Or you know.
Oh yes,
Jam
here.
them up.
Yeah. Since
Whoa,
we're talking about
blackberry, berry jam. Whoa,
Yeah, it's
blackberry,
not-
berry jam.
wow,
It goes heavy on the blackberry for the
so
the scent. I know
I
it's called
may
a
actually
nose,
like
but
that.
fuck off. I'm not gonna call it that.
I do. I'm a fucking snob.
Power through it.
Oof. I don't like it how it smells at all.
I don't like.
It's
this.
okay, but I will say, after having actually tried it and smelling it again,
It's smooth.
heavy on the
It's super
blackberry.
smooth.
But for this scent, it's also like heavy on the blackberry, but also a little bit rubbing alcohol for the smell.
I like it.
Wow.
I really like it.
Yours is very alcohol too, though.
I like this
Yeah,
more than I like Wall of Sound.
I do too.
that's fair.
I don't like
And
either of them.
it's solely because I actually really like blackberry because it isn't a sweet fruit. Or it's not a sweet berry.
Oh, we're doing the battle of the
I
drunk.
just fucking hate
Oh, you
vanilla.
should come to my house.
So now I'm doing
We've got,
Barefoot's
like, raw
vanilla
blackberries
and blackberry jam. That was my submission.
So
if my neighbor hasn't torn them up.
I tore down all of the blackberries that were here because
What? The entire fuck is wrong with you?
they choked out everything.
They're so expensive, dude. You should have kept them.
Okay, so
They're
David
an
Duchovny is your
invasive
guy.
species.
Is
No,
Gillian
not
Anderson your girl?
It was David Duchovny.
Yeah, so
Yeah, David Duchovny is your guy. Is Gillian Anderson your girl?
the thought was there to just like cop out on it. No, it was Emma Stone and Brittany Murphy.
If okay, I will say this: if you have to get them both at the same time, that's a good pairing, though.
Yeah, truthfully,
Mulder and
if it was
Scully in one bed.
Mulder and Scully.
Yeah.
The truth is out there. It ain't here.
No.
So
I feel like if you were gonna do a threesome with those two, Mulder would get like weirdly not possessive but like protective,
Sure. Yeah.
and
yeah.
it would ruin the whole vibe.
You'd be the third wheel, of course,
Yeah.
for sure, no question.
oh yeah, I fully know that I'm the one getting into that already pristine pairing.
What if I pre-agreed to just be the one in the corner masturbating while they did it?
I mean, like if that's what you're into, go for it.
I'm the
That's
voyeur.
like
I'm the
second
voyeur.
string.
I'm the
Yeah,
voyeur.
that's second string.
I prefer to take a more active role in my threesomes.
Okay, good.
But with David Duchovny and Gillian Anderson, though. Because like, do you feel that you would
I don't
add
really want
to
David
it?
Duchovny there. I mean, like he's hot enough, whatever. But personally, more Gillian Anderson.
All right.
That said, we were
All named.
Oh,
I just
okay,
want to know
so,
we've all named redheads.
So female,
Change now.
even Emma
obviously.
Stone.
Yeah.
For me, female celebrity, obviously, at least for people that know about her, it would be Hwasa. She's a Korean rapper. Oh gosh, she's so fucking hot.
Can you spell her name?
Hwasa.
I'm assuming she's in a K.
She was in Mama Move, but she did a lot of. I mean, honestly, the entire band of Mama Move is also like
Yeah,
a
she's
whole ass vibe.
She's attractive.
Yeah,
It tracks.
yeah.
Do you find Pokimane attractive?
Who?
Pokimane.
Is that
For a very quick second, I
person,
thought you
or
said
are you
Pokemon.
pronouncing
She's a streamer.
Pokemon
She's a
weird?
streamer.
I don't know who that is.
I think Pokimane is very attractive.
She got a huge ass.
I don't know who.
You don't know Pokimane?
She has a
No,
huge
I
ass.
don't.
That's what she celebrated.
So
for.
like
So
I
Hwasa, like part of the big thing that what drove her to sort of blow up in the overseas, like not in
she looks
Korea,
like she sells bath.
was she.
No, she's just a gamer streamer.
She doesn't really fit the Korean ideal of like very thin,
Thin,
like
yeah.
extremely thin, you know, like she doesn't really fit into that. And a lot of her like whatever. I'm not gonna get into her whole discography, but like Hwasa, and then for
Destroying this.
me,
Is there a middle ground between Benedict Cumberbatch and Jason Momoa?
Like, is that Benedict Cumberbatch?
No,
Benedict Cumberbatch is middle.
To be
Is the
fair,
median of men.
I chose Jason Momoa before as an example because I have met so many men who just like automatically, if you ask them, they're like, "Oh yeah, definitely Jason Momoa."
No.
But
Too
No, because
Too masculine.
I saw how he fucked Khaleesi, and it's like, nah, I'm not.
again, that's more writers than anything. But okay.
It's called acting.
Acting.
It seemed a little too natural for him.
He's apparently
What?
like the sweetest dude ever.
I know he is.
I don't know if this is going to detract from my nerd points or just go back to my original point if I have to trade off my brain cells when I leave work. Homie, that's a loaded term here. The dude that plays, Black Panther.
Chadwick
Boseman.
Yes. That's a whole.
Oh, Black Panther. Yeah.
Rest in peace.
He's a good-looking guy.
Yeah.
Good-looking guy. He's also in a movie called Draft Day with Kevin Costner.
But also, and I know that the character was gay, so like not
it's
even
a
really a
football
thing. But the guy who played Omar in The Wire.
Yes.
Never seen The Wire.
Fucking,
First of all, what the
Bro.
entire fuck?
Baltimore crime scene, like, Jesus fuck. That entire one
There we go.
of
There we
the
go.
fucking
Which is,
older.
Anyways,
cop
Antonio.
I feel like all of these are really
No,
unexpected.
Here you go.
as
Here you
well,
go. Super
because,
Wire
like,
fan.
if
Let
you
me go
look
find my Breaking Bad fan. You guys can jerk each other off.
No, first off, I've never seen Breaking Bad.
Neither have I.
I've never
Well,
watched
it's really
Breaking Bad
good.
either.
Yeah,
Really
cool.
good.
I refuse
Who
to
cares?
because the fans, for me, ruined it.
It's really good though.
No, they wrote its dick too hard. Like,
really good.
show. That is.
It's
like
so
every week.
it's some, hold the fuck up. It's some of the best cinematography in any show ever. So you gotta.
I'm not doubting Bryan Cranston's work as an actor.
That is
No,
true.
it's okay.
I
I'm
watched,
talking about Bryan
I watched
Cranston.
The
a
fans.
couple of episodes, and
It's-
yes, the cinematography
it's
off the
beautiful.
chain, but
Yeah.
like,
Watch The Wire.
Anyways, Antonio, your crushes.
And then whenever I walk into the shop going, "Hey, shorty,"
If you had to pick
and
a-
then just throw a 40, that's how you know
If
things are good.
you had to pick a dude and a girl, what are the two?
I don't know, man.
You've had three people to think about this.
Woman, any British actress. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
This is the accent.
Amy Pond. Yeah, let's do this.
Any, I don't know.
Sure,
I don't know. Don't
He's
know.
like
Very
Kate
attractive
Winslet.
I don't care.
Nah,
She
Kate
looks
Moss.
I will say, as a,
All the
She
as
will
a
fall.
very
She will fall between the cracks in this floor.
androgynous. Another one of my celebrity crushes who.
You about to say Tilda Swinton?
Yes.
No.
I was gonna say, like, I don't think she's said that she's non-binary. Otherwise, I would not be referring to her as she right now. But that's a whole jam as well. Like, oh,
She's basically David Bowie.
I wouldn't fuck David Bowie.
I'd watch.
She's
I would
she's
watch a
chick-
biopic
she's
of her
chick-
playing
She's
David
a chick in
Bowie.
Doctor Strange, right?
I'd watch. I'd watch
Yeah,
Tilda
she's the
Swinton.
ancient one.
I would watch Tilda
And
Swinton.
also Gabriel and Constantine.
Yep.
Well, okay, but
She's
I
the
would watch
Gabriel.
Tilda Swinton.
Who is
fuck
also
David
a
Bowie.
non-binary
I
character in
would
that.
watch.
Oh!
Also, they're in a music video together. Like
I
and
would
for the album
watch
the next
David
day.
Bowie fuck Tilda Swinton. I
Big boy
definitely
fan.
would not fuck David Bowie because, like, wasn't he into the whole like Golden Dawn? I don't want to fuck any more occultists.
Phew, I thought she was going to say
Okay.
golden showers.
Honestly, I'm kind of glad.
Us P fans are safe.
I'm glad it went
I'm
cults
also-
rather than kink. Because
I'm
like,
also not super into the piss thing, which seems to be super popular on Tinder right now.
Is it?
Yes.
What?
Oh,
add it.
out of the
It's already there. I don't need to add it.
Out of the like maybe 4 people from Tinder that I've talked to,
Is there opening lines
there's
where you
only
pee on
been
me?
one that has not asked me to pee on him.
What the fuck?
Yeah. I don't know what it is about me that says, "Hey, I'll piss all over you, baby." But like,
No. You know what it is? You're wrong. It's who you're attracted to. It's who you're swiping right on. You're swiping right on people who want to be on you.
Like a whole bunch of
No,
people are.
I'm swiping right on people that apparently want me to pee on them.
That's what I mean.
But
Sorry.
they don't put that in their fucking profile, do they?
So it's something you like about people. It's not that they're attracted to you. You're
Oh,
attracted to people.
shit,
who
I
want to
gotta
be on
stop swiping right on
It's
people
a
who are
mutual.
like into fashion.
you. Yeah.
There's a correlation here. Oh, yes,
Okay,
Antonio. you're
and,
right.
and male.
Male.
So British women and
British men.
and weirdly
You know what?
enough,
You know what?
Ukrainian dudes.
I'm gonna say Mark Ruffalo.
Mark Ruffalo? Fuck yeah!
You're not
I love
wrong.
That
nerd.
dude-
This is like that.
That dude would take care of you, you know?
Something about
I
it.
mean,
See all
I
the
feel
photos
like
of him at
that's,
that breakfast place?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
I
in
feel
that
like that's
Rich
RDJ.
well, he's doing he's playing a character in a Wally
Yeah, that
Lamb
makes
novel,
sense.
and he came here to
Yeah.
meet with Wally Lamb,
Oh, that's
and they
cool.
ate at the breakfast place, and then he took pictures of it. And
That's
then I was a
really
little
cool.
upset, and like, dude, it's fun comic shop. 30 seconds down the road, you couldn't stop in
Yeah.
and like
It was like a
appearance,
passing thing.
make an appearance, and be like, hey.
Come
Mark
Hulk out.
Just Hulk out. My customers would lose their goddamn mind.
Dad, listen to your moms.
Okay.
Mark Ruffalo, huh?
Yeah,
Interesting.
I saw him on a skateboard and I was like, God damn.
I mean, okay, you know what? I would also fuck Tony Hawk. He just
Yeah.
seems like super chill.
He's also
He
immortal.
seems like
So he's not, and that's the funny part, is that people tell him, man, you look like an old Tony Hawk.
You know, there's that.
He's
I
like-
don't know if you've seen the Facebook
Yeah.
thing that's going around where they,
Yeah.
you take a picture of your face and it morphs into a celebrity of some sort.
Yeah, that's been a
Sure.
thing since MySpace.
But like, who would it?
Yeah.
Like, I got morphed to Tony Hawk. That was my closest person. Yeah.
really.
Fucking Billy keeps doing it.
I'm a skinny white guy with,
I mean, that's
I don't
fair,
know,
yeah.
looking kind of. I'm there.
You've got like light-ish hair and you're white, so yeah.
Yeah, there you go. You're Tony Hawk. Or it's either that or Ethan Hawke.
All right,
Those are the two. No more.
You're not like constantly looking like you're confused.
All right. Let's let.
So
Barnes
I
in.
have
Your name, Jacob?
Jake.
So now you
Not
say
Jake.
you're redhead.
So I had a redhead.
Gillian
I
Anderson.
switched off my redhead because I
Boo.
I didn't say
Disqualified.
most of my celebrity crushes are redhead, but I decided to pick a non-redhead. Martina Sirtis. Martina Sirtis from
Really? She plays in Star Trek.
from Next Generation. She's Deanna Troy.
Oh,
That's
because
you know
is
what?
your dude
She
fucking Riker?
was the person who made me realize that I was into girls.
She is so
It was
hot.
that full body suit, right? And, like, oh man, look good.
Is it
no,
fucking Riker?
I
It opened
gotta
a lot
think-
of doors that were
Like
concerning
Allison
at
Brie
the
does it for me
time,
too. I
because
kind of
my
got a
mom's
thing
best
for like
friend's
the sort of Jewish look, you know. For sure.
What do you mean by that?
Greek. Wait, what? What? Sorry.
You wouldn't take. Okay, we also can agree Riker with a beard sexier than.
Hands
Oh,
down,
yeah,
yes.
no, obviously, of course.
That isn't a debate.
Okay.
Of course.
Remember that time that fucking asshole Tanner downright me for saying Jonathan Frakes name wrong?
First off, yeah, because how do you fuck up Jonathan Frakes?
Jonathan Frakes.
Yeah, that is
What?
how. That's how.
In
it's fucked
trivia,
up.
But
with the
but
question,
let's hold up.
he-
But how many times have he passed other people for like way worse
Yeah,
mispronunciations?
it was. We all
I mean,
knew
well,
that it was
yeah,
Jonathan
like,
Frakes.
that's
We
the
all
thing,
knew
is, like,
that that's what it was.
I just said
If it's
Frank.
someone you're friends with, of course you have to call them out. Like, come on. If it's somebody you don't know,
Friends?
We trivia with the same fucking people every fucking week.
it's
we had
it's
new
a
people this week.
weird, It's
We
a
did have
weird
new
kind of like reversal of expectations that we shit on our friends, we make fun of our friends a lot, and honestly, if it was going to make sense, it would be, hey, I'm gonna be a shitty
that.
person
You can-
until I'm friends
You
with
can make
you.
you can make fun of me.
Finish that one.
Still give me the fucking points though. Bullshit. Anyways, going back to it.
Oh, he didn't give you the point. That's
No.
fucked up.
That's like who played Gandalf? Ian McLaughlin? Like no,
First
Ian
off,
McKellen.
no.
If you said the
Ian
name wrong,
McLaughlin
Okay.
is like Sarah McLaughlin, and
it's
this
a
is
wrong
the
name.
Arms of an
That's
Angel's
100%
bullshit.
That's
That's
very
like
different.
Ian McLaughlin. That would be more like if he said, "Oh, Ian McKeelan."
If I said Jonathan Franklin.
Yeah, I think I would just be
Okay,
like, who
he
are you?
stressed the wrong vowel. Go fuck yourself.
Right, exactly.
Well, okay, that was our defense saying like, no, we know who it is. This was like some beyond belief bullshit.
Yeah.
And it's like, you said
I'm ready
frogs.
to fight. I wasn't
And-
even there, and I'm ready to fucking fight.
So like Kelsey and I were both just like,
But Jonathan Frakes would have to be Next Generation Jonathan Frakes.
Alright. But
not old fat.
Not
Deanna
fat
Troy.
Jonathan Frakes.
oh yeah.
So if you
Um,
watch Picard, they're both in it.
I know they are, but he's fat in this one. So.
He's fat and old.
I'm going to go for my guy. I'm going to go with Matt Berry.
Matt Berry?
Matt Berry
I
is.
recognize the name. Sugar. My
He's from Mighty Boosh.
Is he old
Oh,
Greg?
No.
Oh my
First
God.
off, no, old Greg is
Noel
Noel
Felding
Feldman.
is also a
No,
good
no.
choice. That's up your alley.
He's was he?
That's probably why I like him.
effeminate
He's-
and British.
He got that
a feminine
too.
goth British dude.
You got that too, too.
Yeah.
Okay, when you say that,
He's
for
al-
some reason, I think of the. I'm just so glad to.
He's also an IT crowd. He's,
Okay,
he's a son.
He's the boss,
he's,
right?
he's the new boss.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
he's the new boss, and
He's a
and
really good
also in
musician.
Matt
Dark
Berry.
Shadows.
What we do in the because he's
He's
the
what we do
he's
in
the
the
goth
shadows.
he's the goth
He's a
vampire.
vampire in What We Do in the Shadows.
Wait,
Yeah,
he was
Dark
also the
Place.
hospital.
Dark
Mighty
Place.
Boosh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
oh, so good.
Yeah,
Dark
who was he in the
Place
Mighty
is
Boosh?
Yeah.
If you're familiar with Old Greg,
Yeah.
he's Old Greg.
Noel Felding.
Yeah.
What?
He's also in the Great British Bake Off, apparently.
He is not.
Not anymore. He was.
Yeah. So they don't. He isn't in the Christmas
along
special.
With the pervert Eggman.
I don't know. I'm not,
So,
really, I'm
that-
not feeling him. But if that's his taste, whatever.
No Felding. Matt Berry.
Yeah. I'm pretty positive this is Matt Berry.
He's also Toast of London. Have you seen Toast of London?
Yes. Well, not all of it, but I
Husband,
saw
father,
some.
brother, section head.
Father!
CRS
This is his guy.
for
All right, you like
Congress.
That is not. Oh my god, that's
Hopeful
some
cynic.
dude.
U.S. Navy dad. His background is
Sorry.
the
yeah,
Lincoln
I was
Memorial.
gonna say he lost me at the background
I'm
of
not-
the Lincoln
Go
Memorial.
to actual Matt Berry.
Yeah, so actual Matt Berry is a dude.
That is actual Matt Berry.
This is
His
a
Twitter
Matt
handle is
Berry.
the actual Blackberry.
Yeah.
Go to real
That's
Matt
Matt
Berry.
That's not him either.
Yeah.
Oh my god, just look up Garth Marenghi's Dark Place.
Where would I say Matt Berry looks the best? Like on his fucking album
Matt
covers?
Berry IT crowd?
Yes.
Sure. But he look, I don't
Is
know,
it
it's like
B-A or B?
Berry.
Oh, he's the guy on the right. Yeah, it's him in the fucking goat.
Which guy?
First
Okay.
off,
Go with this one.
Pull a picture.
he's there on the right.
This is
You
Matt
know
Berry right
what?
here, okay?
On the right?
If I search Matt Berry Google, it's all the pictures. What the fuck
Okay,
are you guys looking at?
Not.
It's not because this
Oh, wait,
was
are
some
you
like
typing it with an E or an A?
Hey.
That's
It's an
why
E.
it's E.
Oh.
That's all Matt Berry.
I thought you were into this congressman named Matt Berry.
no, he's
Fucking-
running for Congress. Anyways,
This watered down Jack Black looking guy?
Oh,
first
he's
off,
so much
Discount
funnier.
Jack Black is a very nice title to give people.
Also, he's
Yeah.
way funnier.
Secondly,
than Jack Black.
Impossible.
Definitely.
finish your fucking lines. We are moving on to
I
this to
love
show
Jack
that this sweet barefoot bullshit that you guys.
This
need to
isn't
finish.
bad. Thank you.
I
Like, I have
don't know what it is.
Oh, it's like diabetes. It's actually not bad.
Diabetes.
It's really better.
It's not the worst sweet wine you brought around.
Thank you.
That
Sorry,
fucking
I
that
just-
vanilla
I just
cake
wanna
bullshit you
say-
brought.
Drink that shit.
I just want to say because
Excellent.
I just coughed and more for the listeners than for you guys because I already explained it to Antonio. I do get tested weekly. I just have a shitty cough
We've
because
had-
I quit smoking.
And we've had COVID, so.
Cheers to quitting smoking. Congratulations.
Well, I
And
quit
Antonio and I
vaping.
have had COVID,
It's
so.
the same thing.
Arguably better.
Arguably better. You don't want to be part of that vape culture.
You finished it.
Yeah.
So this was the
Whoa,
second one.
Blackberry.
No, before
Berry
you go
jam.
back, before you go to that.
You're supposed to be on the same page with us. No,
No. He finished this one.
He already had that one.
You had this one?
No, he didn't.
No,
No.
okay, yeah. So drink this.
I'll give you a little bit.
This isn't the same as what
It's
the
not
rest
that
of us
blackberry jambalaya yet.
Oh, blackberry, jambalam.
I can smell that.
Yeah. Smells like the
okay,
Beatus.
can you smell the rubbing alcohol or can you smell the blackberry?
No, rubbing alcohol. I mean, whatever. There's not
Finish
rubbing
that.
alcohol. I don't know what it
Try
is.
Oh, God damn it.
Yours was very rubbing alcohol to me. Like, it had a
I
very.
mean, that's fair.
I can actually smell that. Holy shit.
What do you smell? Tell me.
I can't
I
really
smell
identify
nothing.
what it smell.
He just hasn't smelled anything in weeks, so.
I
Okay,
can't.
let me cleanse my palate
with cheese.
with a Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Calm down.
It's the finest red wine we have in the
I feel
world.
like if I ever come back on the podcast, that's gonna become my thing. Is just
No, that's not bad.
Thank you.
That's not bad at all.
That's what the podcasters are
Okay.
missing. Throw up
I
sounds.
I am to Mountain Dew what Slurm is to Fry. Like they have the same relation. It's out of a giant
I
worm
got
hiding.
messaged on one of my dating sites by a guy whose username is Philip J. Fry, and I was like, "Ugh, I'm done. I'm just.
You like Futurama?
Your response should just be,
Really?
so I'll be your Slurms Mackenzie.
I
Party on
love-
contest winners. I'm so
Oh
tired.
my god! No, that's how I
Wiggity
should.
wham wham wazzles!
That's how I should turn him down. I should just be like, party on. Like, not here. Just party onward.
My favorite meme to this day is when it's literally a picture of the Slurms Mackenzie's bloodshot eyes,
Oh, yeah,
and it's
the
the
best.
I'm so tired of partying, and it just goes, Little John. I'm so tired of partying.
Yeah.
I'm so
No,
very
see,
tired.
I love.
I've seen one that has a disappointed
cried.
Andrew WK after it. Though.
I think
That's
it'd
the one I saw.
be, even better would be like the fucking LMFAO douche
Yeah,
boys.
those guys.
I'm so done with partying.
Every nerve
I love
so tired
I
of
love
partying.
Futurama so much to the point where when I was still in college, I spent the way that I could go to sleep every night was playing the Hypnotoad episode. So
Maybe
like,
you guys needed her on your team to
Fuck
answer.
off. Your questions were bullshit. Fuck off of that.
First off,
I
I'm glad the
I
300.1
generally
was.
don't like to leave my house due to all of the everything.
You mean the world.
Yeah.
Our friend Steve, who we mentioned earlier, has an ass tattoo.
Human interaction.
has an ass tattoo. Does
It's
anyone
his
know
only
his,
tattoo.
do you know what his ass
Look,
tattoo
if I
is?
want human interaction, I'll go on Twitch.
Do you,
Bender.
Tanner, do you know what our friend Steve's ass tattoo is?
Well, I kind of just heard him say it.
Like,
Do you say it out loud?
I did.
I
Why
just,
would
I
you do
just
that?
want to say,
I-
in my heart of hearts, I didn't hear what he said. In
I
my
also
heart
have
of
a-
hearts, I wish
I also
that it was
have a-
just a smaller ass on his ass.
That's good.
I have a-
It's
I-
Futurama related.
I too have a Matt
Antonio,
Groening
I
tattoo.
want a smaller ass
Wait a
tattooed
minute.
on my ass.
Yes.
Bender's code.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's actually.
Or Bender's code.
That's what it is. That's what he has.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
that's good. That's good.
Got
All right,
30
what's-
some odd percent Dolomite.
Yeah.
What's the?
No, the code. It's the code. It's the time travel code.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's that they
One,
he
one,
tattoos.
0011.
What's his
He tattoos it on-
what's his least used word?
Oh, fucking antiquing.
Yeah.
Oh, we got that one right.
I too have a Matt.
Despite my
Hot
shiny
diggity
metal
daffodil.
I have a Matt Groening tattoo.
chrysanthemum.
You didn't know this?
No.
Yeah, well, his,
So it's like
I'm not taking
What-
my pants off.
What
on
is the
camera.
very first? Like the original bomb was to his most commonly said one.
Might have changed it. Yeah.
Yeah, and they had to
Because he was trying to blow it up.
Because he's
Yeah.
like, bite my shiny metal. I thought it was chrysanthemum,
He'd get
and then it would have been ass.
Yeah.
He did. I like how he went through. Please, thank you.
yeah.
Thank you.
Antiquing? I'm okay. It's actually the last line of that.
Nope, wrong
episode. I've watched the first 4 seasons, all of them, at least 15
this tattoo
times.
talk reminds me.
Excellent.
It's
Treehouse
easy.
Treehouse of Horrors.
On what
Oh,
the
is
fuck
it?
I should do about this.
Oh, dope. Dope.
So,
Let's go.
One of
Yeah.
my favorite episodes as a kid.
It's a lot of black.
was the Treehouse of Horrors?
This episode, the Poe, when Bart's the
Yeah.
Raven and tormenting home.
Oh, yeah.
I know nothing about The Simpsons. Too poor for TV.
It was on
Basically.
more TV. Okay.
Yeah. We had the bunny ears, so I grew
But the
up.
bunny ears would have it. It would have been
No.
a Fox.
If you
That's
had,
what I said.
do you have Disney Plus now?
No.
Oh, well,
Why would I give money to Disney?
Because they're going to get it one way
Mandalorian,
or
Baby
another.
Yoda.
No.
But they also have every episode of The Simpsons on there. So it's
They do.
They also have
Yeah, I
every
watched
single
it all.
Marvel movie.
This is I just want to mention that this episode is sponsored by Gallery 32 on Route 32.
it also
Doing.
keeps hair
Oh, I
supplement.
mean, if you want to show off
Keeps.
tattoos from Gallery 32, like
Yes.
I can take my shirt off.
No balls.
I don't have to.
I can show you some of them without having to take off all my shirts.
Oh, it's a cool top.
Thanks.
So
You can't see it. It's like this purple shark.
I can go on somebody's camera. Baby shark did it.
So one of the other things with it,
Shut the fuck up.
you all have wine number 2.
Oh, is this me now? Wine number 2? I haven't had it yet.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I already drank it, so.
You
Which one do you
But
like more?
Gallery 30,
It's Battle of the
fuck,
Bands.
That one's not gonna come up.
That's what we're
far
doing.
enough.
Battle of the Bands. Which one
But
piece did you like
did
more?
I'm gonna say,
Bumblebee.
Very
this
nice,
guy
very
here.
nice.
I do have a
The-
shit ton
this one?
down my
The-
spine.
That's very
the first
cool.
one or the second one?
Antonio.
So the sweet
started
one
this-
or the not sweet one?
Not the sweet one.
Does Antonio beat everyone for most tattoos in the room?
Yes,
Yeah.
obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Have
You is a tattoo artist. So.
I understand, but
Maybe.
Yes.
I actually know a couple tattoo
Yeah.
artists who have like 1 or 2 tattoos. That's all they have. They like doing it to other people. They just don't personally have anything.
Yeah, I mean, some. Yeah, I mean,
That's
I don't
fair,
hear a lot for a
but
tattoo artist.
yes.
I mean,
Nobody
the
on the
only,
spot.
the only tattoo artist
Okay.
that I know, like,
Did
Excluding.
Charlie have
Before I
tattoos?
say anything.
Yes.
Does he?
Yes.
So we've never had anybody on the podcast without a tattoo yet.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Although they're pretty common in our generation. Because
Well,
all that
because we all
fucking
hate
self,
because we all hate
that
ourselves.
self-loathing means we all have tattoos.
I have 9.
I
9.
can't tell if that goes
9
back
or
to
10, 9 or 10.
self-loathing or
I think it's
just
7.
me loathing.
I have 2 chest pieces.
I too have 2 chest pieces.
Oh my god,
And-
I should.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I know those.
Next time I go see this guy from Tinder, I should take a picture of his awful chest tattoo.
What's
Is
it?
it?
It's so bad. It's like I saw it and I was like, I think I've seen this on blogs about bad tattoos before. It's so bad. He says it's supposed to be a tiger.
I've seen a shitty tiger tattoo before.
seen
There's a lot of those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's on his chest and like it's just,
So we should probably bring this back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Before we go,
Oh, I haven't
before we
tasted
drift
your
too
wine.
far,
I haven't tasted your wine.
try that. So Antonio is siding with mine.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you know what I'm saying. I'm not gonna fucking.
Yeah, you're
Solid.
you're the easy bet.
Like this.
Oh
more.
no, that one's actually pretty.
You like
good.
that better than
I,
this?
I don't
You
dislike
like that
the
red blend better
blacker.
than this?
Okay.
That's nuts.
Wow. Okay.
I will say in favor for this one, it's almost got like a sort of on the edges of your tongue. It's got an almost like jalapeno thing, which I'm into.
It's peppery.
That's why.
Yeah. I'm kind of into that.
I like
But
black
in
pepper.
general, like, I wouldn't.
Well, we actually joked and said that black pepper was too spicy.
White boy.
While you were downstairs.
I'm like super white. I can't say shit.
Yeah, I don't know. Just like I love spud. So
I'm gonna lean into
So-
my Jewish
so
side
do you know-
and
do you-
say, haha, white boy.
Do you know?
My
we
heartburn
did
can't
an
take it.
Yeah, it's a heartburn thing. But
Do you know?
we
Do you know
did
the
an
show
episode.
Hot Ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so we did an
episode.
episode, the second half of it doing
It's a
Truth
Christmas
or
episode. It
Dab.
was a Christmas episode.
So it was a
Christmas?
board game.
Christmas. I've had a lot of wine.
Christmas. So
Candle nights.
the Christmas episode had us playing Truth or Dab, and it got to a point where
Like
Jake and I,
That?
no, like the last
You
dab.
dab the chicken.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
You
we-
got KFC chicken. We were dabbing it, popcorn chicken, into this hot, spicy food. It's supposed to be a deterrent.
Yeah,
You're supposed to
it's
not want
supposed
to
to be.
dab.
It's
Okay.
supposed
It's a
to be
punishment.
bad.
It's a punishment.
That's fair, because I would just dab on everyone if it was.
Well, it was-
midway through the episode. Jake and I are like, "This is actually good."
So like between questions, we're just like
Yeah.
eating.
Shit.
Like,
He's like-
there's no ramification to answer something embarrassing or bad because you're, fuck it, I'll eat it.
Because I don't think we avoided any of them. I think
No.
we still answered them, and we're just like, "Yeah, we're
But
gonna
at my
keep."
shop, I have the bomb. I have
Yeah,
the literal
that is fucking
battery
miserable.
acid.
It's a lower Scoville, but for some reason it's just so much worse.
It's because there's no flavor to it. It's just
Yeah.
like this
Yeah,
is chemically.
that's kind of the
So
thing,
Last
is,
Dab's
like,
a delicious sauce. It really is very
So-
good.
It is very hot.
Chris Evans, if you want to come on our podcast,
And be interviewed for once.
yes.
So-
Hashtag
I-
downgrade.
So my ex that I mentioned previously,
Left,
Before,
right,
before
dab.
you go into that,
super into hot sauce, but
Left,
okay.
right,
we did
dab.
not.
Left, right, dab.
Left, right, dab.
Huh?
Which wine?
Oh, I'm into the blackberry jam, the jamboree. It's
Is that
I
what
mean,
it's fucking called?
it did have.
Is it called Jamboree?
No,
I hope so.
it's
No,
called
I
winter
just-
blend.
Oh, because it was called Jamboree, I'd be like, this is
I
Left,
love
right,
mathematically
dab.
getting this right.
My
I
my,
do
my
not
brain
praise
just
them.
does that. But it does have that sort of clinical smell to it, which is kind of a turn off. But in taste, definitely out of between the one that I brought, the Wall of Sound, and I don't know what
1,
yours
2,
is called.
3, 4. We're in 5 wines tonight.
Yeah.
That's
We're
There's also a
I mean,
bottle of
between
Shiraz.
Those
that
count.
we were
Between
drinking.
the
Okay.
5 of us, that makes sense, right?
well, our show's normally
2 bottles. Yeah, it's 2 with a lot of other side drinks.
Yeah.
It was usually we started out as 1, and then we got to realizing that we killed the 1 pretty quick, and then we started to sneak 2 and not tell our viewers.
Yeah.
Then we started telling the viewers, and then we added cheese, and now we're adding.
One night you and I did like gin drinks.
Yeah, you guys were drinking liquor throughout it, and I was just like, no, I'm gonna drink
Really?
wine.
I mean,
That was,
okay,
that
I will
was
say
like
this.
Tanner slipped on that couch
I
that
would
night.
say I would take some kind of gin mix over any of these.
I think we all probably would.
We're all
Yeah.
gin drinkers.
Actually, I was thinking as I was driving up here, my strongest memory of you is I showed up to a house party that you were hosting. You
Travis,
handed
someone
me
did
a
that once or
bottle
twice.
of gin, and you were like, "Hey, this is for you."
Also, you guys put gin down as your answer tonight out of the big 5. That is
Yeah,
very wrong.
we were voted out, or so it's whiskey is
Yeah.
the right answer for it.
Yeah.
Oh, also, I didn't review all those questions, did I?
No.
Shit! I normally supposed to. Why did you guys say anything?
You're like podcast.
Nah, I forgot. Forgot to tell you guys what all the correct
Yeah,
answers
because
were.
I remember that when you make a Long Island, it is Coke that adds the brown color to it, not whiskey.
It's all the big ones with that, and then,
Rum,
and then triple
rum can be
sec.
brown, but you use silver.
You're supposed to use silver.
I don't fucking know.
But out of these 3 wines, I would take the Jammy Dodger. Again, don't know what it's called.
Winter blend,
Barefoot.
whatever.
Barefoot something rather.
Out of these 3
yeah.
wines, I would definitely take the
Juggernaut.
Middleburg.
Oh, of the 3?
Yeah, of the second stage ones, because again, Juggernaut was
I'm
very
100%.
good.
Like,
Juggernaut's the best tonight.
Yeah,
I've-
Juggernaut's best of these,
Yeah.
hands down.
Best in show.
Yeah.
But I would
I've
go
definitely
like,
accepted that mine is the worst out of the 3.
I
Out of
would
the
get-
last 3.
Yes, I would agree. Definitely.
Yeah.
We love you, bud.
You don't
that-
even
that
know
said,
me.
That
I
said,
know
I,
you. You came to my shop years ago, and
Tanner, I will credit where
You've been
credit
to
is
her
due.
shop.
I
and I've
don't,
been to your shop.
You've been to
don't
my
think so.
shop, I've been to your shop.
The economy is at work, Tanner.
Full circle.
Libertarianism is in full bloom.
I-
Money is exchanged.
for goods and/or
Oh my
services.
God. So for the purpose both of just sharing my pain and also I feel like podcast listeners might like this is can I tell you about the fucking insane person that I had at work this week?
Fire away.
Yes, and then I want to hear from everyone the most intense work-related story of like shitty customer
So
Sure, got it.
he comes up to the desk, he's checking
service.
in.
patients.
I keep going. He's
He's not
like
the first one that came to mind, but he's up there now.
so we have these plexiglass dividers that are up,
Right.
spit shields basically,
Mhm.
and also wallet shields for when they want to throw shit at you. So we have the plexiglass dividers. Everybody has to wear a mask, etc., etc.
Cheese on cheese, man.
I filled up on cheese.
Cheese on cheese.
And then, so this
I
guy
believe I
comes
said don't fill
up
up on
and
cheese.
he's mumbling, like even with the divider and the masks and everything.
Yeah.
I can tell that he's mumbling, so I keep leaning forward and going, sorry? Sorry? And eventually he just goes, he takes his mask off, which, like, whatever. If this will make you get away from my desk faster, fine. So he takes his mask off and he goes, oh, I hate these masks. They make fungus grow in your airways.
What?
I believe.
Oh.
And I just wanted to be like, hey, homie, like, do you sleep on a mushroom pillow?
Tanner here's conspiracy.
Does your
Like,
house
Where
is your
are-
house full of black holes?
100%.
Where
No
where's
further
coming
evidence
from?
or research.
It's like
Anecdotes
it
only,
reminded
please.
me. It reminded me of
The plural is
how-
anecdata.
No, it literally reminded me of that experiment, like from like the 1700s or whatever the fuck, where somebody had to prove that rotten meat does not
Make flies.
produce flies.
Spontaneous generation.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm like, did you just like not go to 7th grade? What's up? Like.
Funny
And he
thing.
goes on this whole thing about how, like, oh, you know, if you wear your mask too much, you'll have mushrooms growing out of your face. I'm like, well, first of all, that's a look. You should lean into that.
I don't want that at all.
I yearn for the cryptid look, but
I'm big on the not dying.
Hi, this is my boyfriend, Chupacabra.
I barely want to be perceived
Mothman.
as is. But like, if I had mushrooms growing on my face, I might be into that.
You want to be a grave
You
cleric.
look like Will Turner's dad.
Yeah.
He's got all the barnacles on him and shit.
There was that. But
Bootstrap
also,
Bill.
Bootstrap Bill.
There was a oh shit, what the fuck was
Part of the ship.
there was a
Lazarus.
webcomic called Mare Internum, where it's this whole like.
You want to be a grave cleric is what you want to be.
You're a member of the
I do be
Golzari.
playing undead priests in World of Warcraft.
Yeah. Grave cleric.
Because only cops play Alliance.
I was Lance for most of my time.
Only cops play
Yeah, I was a
Alliance.
night elf rogue.
No, actually, that's not true. I've been in Horde for most of this point, but I was Lance until
Blood Elf
around-
That was actually one of the biggest
So I
arguments with
eventually
my
moved
ex
to Blood Elf
because he
Paladin.
was like, die
When
hard
Belts came out, I'm
Alliance.
like, oh, I don't need to be a monster.
Blood Elf Paladin. Done.
Yeah.
Well, Paladin.
Holy
Fuck out
Paladin.
of here.
No, so I'm with Tanner on this. I was in the private server that I played on because I never gave Blizzard any money for those. I started Night Elf Rogue because I was like, this is dope.
Then Travis was like, I'm not okay. My Chemical Romance was right. And then
Yeah.
he switches over to Blood Elf.
And then I then become a Belf Pally, a Belf Holy Pally, no less.
You're like,
No protect.
As
fucking
somebody
protection.
who
I was second
exclusively
healer.
plays tanks and or healers,
yeah.
fucking paladins, man, like
They're the
they're
best
always
Oh
like,
God, I'm
oh
about
my
to
God,
die.
Where's my heals? Where's my
Bubble.
heals? Where's my heals? I'm
Like,
like,
you heal
use your
yourself.
fucking bubble for once.
Wait, is this WoW?
Like my
Yeah.
entire purpose for
Okay.
being here is protecting the
Never
tank.
played WoW.
Get your shit together and stop pulling.
I did eventually
aggro.
get off the Blood
Did
Elf
you
Paladin,
finish,
and I went
Castle Nathria already?
Undead Warlock.
Sorry,
Did you finish Castle
I was a
Nathria?
human warlock actually.
is that the new one?
Yeah.
Dot,
No,
dot,
not
dot.
yet.
Send
She
your
should
word.
play
Yeah, yeah.
Valheim.
What?
I was.
She should play Valheim.
Valheim. Yeah.
Felguards?
Yeah.
Just fucking
We
let your Felguards
dropped
go
WoW.
through.
We finished Castle Nathria.
I like that sexy succubus who like whipped.
Castle
That's
Nathria.
fair.
And then we switched over to Valheim.
Oh.
No.
I
Now
got
I'm
back
to
into
con-
League during quarantine.
Me too, but I fucking
I
hate it.
streamed live.
Which
And
was
so,
insane.
I need to know, what is your worst customer service experience?
Holy shit.
Because we have mushroom in the
Oh no! If you want,
There's this
words.
guy who wanted a
I mean,
I can
C-3PO
do
tattoo,
words.
right?
I realize it's so wide.
Is this the guy?
I
I
touched-
nominate SS Tattoo Man.
No, worse than that. So I touch bodies, and it's like it's
There's parts to bodies that you don't want to touch.
yeah, it's
Testicles.
very intimate. So
You ever
like so
tattoo someone's
Actually, I
bitch?
feel like you've told me this story before.
maybe. So my business partner at the time told me like we have 2 people coming in. I work working at Yukon stores.
Yeah.
So that's if anything
I
gives
know
you
this.
yeah maybe I don't know. So like Matt, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was like, listen, you're gonna pick 1 or 2. I'm like, 2. I'll take 2. Whoever walks in through the door first, second.
Should have picked one. Is what you're saying, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So like one comes in, and he's seemed fine. Regular college kid.
We're like, dang.
Second comes in, fucking wrecked, fucking housed.
Yeah.
I was like, God damn, alright, well, I'm gonna have to deal with a fucking drunk kid, whatever. And I asked what location of tattoo. Ass. It was butt cheek. I was like, fine, I tattooed a ton of butt cheeks on males. I don't give a shit about that. I shaved
See,
many
this
asses.
thing is
Steve has a vendor
males.
tattoo on his ass.
That's the thing. Male, they don't wash their fucking ass. Like I say that in a room full of dudes, but like,
We do.
What are you talking about?
Well,
all
there's
right,
hair there.
maybe you do, but
Anyway, so I don't care about that. So he was like, all right, I was like, what is it?
look,
What
it's
is
okay.
it?
We're wearing masks.
Yeah. So like, at this point, I'm like, what is it? And he's like, oh, I want the Ted's logo.
But what? Look?
Ted's.
Ted's?
Ted's.
Yeah.
The bar.
Fucking Ted's.
The
bar.
bar.
What a fucking
Douche.
Douche.
Don't get me wrong.
what a fucking frat bro
I
idiot.
may
He's
consider
watching our
getting-
podcast. He's just like,
Oh, we just went down a viewer.
Oh,
I-
shit.
I believe you guys. I have no idea what that
We
means.
still.
For Teds or
Yeah.
viewers?
Washing
For
your
Ted's.
ass.
Oh, it's
So
a
Ted's
Oh, it's
is
a
a
bro
Yukon
bar.
bro
Yukon.
bar. It is like if
Yeah.
you ever wanted to see
Yeah.
date rape personified in building.
I mean, I've dated
Elmer's
like,
actually,
fine.
but Ted's is a good
I've
second.
Oh,
dated.
no.
I'm not
Nick-
against.
Nick,
I'm
no,
not
no,
against tattoos
Huskies
of
is up there.
businesses. Joe has a tattoo of my logo.
He does.
Which is-
Yeah, no, I'm
that's-
part of that too. And arguably,
I would
I
consider
would
that.
I would consider even
It's a good
it's-
logo though.
It's a bro bar.
it's a
It
bar
is.
over by what was
Is it like? Is like?
affectionately known as the rape trail at UConn.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I used to. Okay, so I used to.
I
date
used
a
to
guy
get
like coming into
who
like,
lived in a house right next to there. I used to run on that trail.
Yo,
Oh,
Yeah.
I
can
mean,
I get a
was
picture
carrying a
of
knife, but okay.
Harvey Weinstein making out with Epstein and just on my arm like
First and
That's
foremost,
what it is,
that
yeah.
would be
Oh,
that would be a better
no.
tattoo
Yeah.
than the Ted's one.
Because you
And
could
that said,
tell
I would
people
consider
that
a
was
Corleone's
satirical.
tattoo.
I have tattooed.
Problematic businesses.
You've tattooed Corleone's on something?
I tattooed at Corleone's. Tattooed.
Oh, yeah, no,
Corleone's
I-
tattoo.
I don't.
That is like so meta. I'm actually okay with that.
I wasn't
Yeah.
there that night, but I heard about it. You told me all about like
Corleone's
there was
kind of
somebody who wanted like a
douchey tattoo,
rose.
honestly.
And,
Yeah,
like,
yellow rose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You're a little too
fucking,
drunk to be doing this right now.
Any fucking
someone-
mobster.
Okay, so he's
tattoo
drunk.
is
Hey,
The
good.
wants a
barbecue
tattoo.
rose tattoo, solid one too.
Anyways,
So he wants a
Alright,
tattoo on
Anyways,
his
yeah,
Sorry.
Ted's tattoo on his
Ted's
ass.
tattoo. So
Okay.
meanwhile,
on his ass.
I was butt cheek. Yes.
Okay, so he wants a mistake. Okay, go.
Yeah, it was a big mistake.
Yeah, but at least he doesn't have to
Big
look at
mistake.
it.
So he was just house drunk, and as I tattooed, it was the worst. I hated doing the tattoo because design-wise, it's a horrible design. Second, he wouldn't stop moving and fucking Snapchatting,
Oh,
Snapchatting.
Was he fucking 18?
He's in college, man.
College, man.
I mean, I got my first tattoo at 18 as well, but like,
I got my first tattoo at 18. Ask him. It's shitty.
18th birthday. Mine's shitty too.
I don't know
remember
what it
back.
was, man. I don't give a shit. So I just want to get done.
first one, Full Metal Alchemist Ouroboros.
Oh, that's a good one.
It was nerdy.
Yours panned out. Ours
Yeah.
did not. Ours sucks.
So it's
I'll go my tattoo.
I've just gained a lot of weight since then, so I have a lot of blown out lines.
That's okay. Anyway, so I kept like just want to get done fast. I want this guy out. I overcharged him. I had to, and you know he had a bottle of vodka with him. And I'm like, this is just I don't give a shit anymore. Just drink away. I don't give a fuck. You're already drunk. He already left. He was gone. Left. I overcharged him. And the next day I hear that he went straight to Ted's without pants. Got get the fuck out instantly.
As expected.
I
Yeah,
love-
yeah, without pants to show off his tattoo.
The ending was the best part of it.
So like, so he wait, hold on. So like his what is the thought process there? Because it's like,
The
oh, I'm
thought
gonna
process-
show up.
They're not
going
gonna
to
throw me out because
Like,
their logo's on my
No,
house.
what you do is you show up, and then it doesn't sound like the type of bar with a doorman. But if the doorman tries to
there's the
charge
doorman,
you,
yeah.
you go, oh, but I have the tattoo. Like that's one thing. Showing up without pants.
Still pants. That was the story. Don't pants.
So, fun fact. Fred and I bounced at
So he's
I had
dumped
way
the
too
whole
many.
way through.
Bounced.
Bounced.
Wow.
I had way too many stories
I could
from,
see
the,
that.
from the
You've-
shop.
Like
I'm a big and intimidating person when I like.
you have not bouncer vibes, but like previously a bouncer vibes.
So
So previous bartender vibes too. But
I have to
Oh
go,
yeah,
I have to go
yeah.
back pretty far.
You just have bartender vibes.
As far as because retail, right?
Yeah, I've not really been like front the house for a long time, but I guess like if I think back to UConn, definitely I have a terrible one. When I was working for the dining hall, that was the
UConn.
fucking worst, dude.
Is
UConn
it worse
kids.
than jalapeno Matt Kid?
Well, yeah. Someone took a shit on a plate and sent it back to the dish room once.
Holy shit!
Wow. Holy shit.
That's not. I'm not making that up. They took a shit on the plate, sent it back to the dish room. So the back of the dish room
This
was
is
like.
your state school education.
So
Oh my god.
Past two stories were at fucking UConn.
Wow.
in the dish room, there's 1 to 4 people collecting your dishes depending on how busy it is.
Yep.
One person, so if it's fully staffed, one person takes the plate and they pick the garbage off with their hands and put it in the garbage because then the food goes into the garbage disposal, so it gets dumped off in the garbage
I'm
disposal.
assuming gloved hands.
You gloved hands, but still gross, right? And then
There's
that gets
not enough gloves on Earth.
that gets sent down like a little like roller conveyor to be then stacked into the dishwasher by a third person. That goes through, then that dishwasher's on a conveyor belt that pushes through a big machine. On the other side,
Yeah,
the
they're
person
all-
who collects the clean one.
this-
The only halfway decent job of all 4 of those is the person on the clean side. And all
Yeah.
they do is they take the plates, they put them back out. That's all they do.
Oh,
So if you're cursed to be the person who picks the trash off, you are hating your fucking life.
I
And
think
I was in that position that day when the fucking spiral comes back on the center of the plate. And like people were fucking shitty all the time. Like would always like just trash their plates, send back the grossest shit. One time some guy like fucking like tried to write me a message with his mustard on his plate, but like it was like we took it.
As
I would
As
do
if
that.
the person
Like,
working in the dish room had anything to do with their food.
Right, exactly.
Like,
yeah, that said, I have totally written messages and like ketchup on.
But you
plates.
didn't shit on your fucking plate.
No,
so.
no, I'm not that much.
So they came back and I was like, I think this is a biohack. Like everyone else just
Yeah,
wanted.
you throw out the entire, you throw out all of it, and you get it back. Like you buy it back to back.
Everyone else wanted to just like keep on moving with our day. I'm like, no, this is a biohazard. I'm not touching this. I literally got up and walked away. I was like, if you make me go back in there with that, I'm gonna quit right now. So they stopped the presses. They got like a custodian would come in and take care of it with like bio stuff.
Because the custodian's like, man, I really want to go and deal with shit on my plate.
okay, as a former custodian,
How much shit did you have to clean?
the men's bathroom at E.O. Smith.
That's weird to me because when I worked at Chuck E. Cheese, the women's bathroom was 100% always the worst.
Okay, the men's bathroom.
Binary, 100%. Never was it the other way around. Ever.
The men's bathroom at E.O. Smith on like in Ag, where by the stage and Ag and everything,
Yeah.
there was a decapitated mouse. Head was super glued on the inside of one of the urinals.
Somebody got problems, man.
And
kinda-
there was
That sounds like a sociopath.
yeah, there was like
Like-
guts. The head was completely separate
All
from the
here is
body, but there was like guts between the body and the head holding it like
Dexter
hanging
theme
there.
song.
Somebody take a mouse.
And before that, I was like, oh my god, the
There's so
boys'
many questions.
bathroom, they always like pull the soap off the wall and spread that everywhere. It makes mopping a fucking mess because you have to mop like 6 times to get the
One time-
soap out. But like, no, the
I really
decapitated
appreciate it.
mouse super glued to the inside of the urinal.
It's pretty creative.
Hey, you
honestly.
need something to shoot at.
I'm
It's
a little
pretty
impressed. I'm a
The
little impressed.
entire fuck. Like, what?
I had pet snakes, so my like dead mice don't really bother me so much anymore. Though.
Okay, but like, it's not about dead mice. Like, yes, because it was Ag, they had a bunch of all sorts of creatures,
Sure.
whatever. But like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
So they put a target in the urinal for us. You know that, right?
Yeah,
Urinal kick.
No. There's a mark at the perfect angle in the urinal. They put on there so you subconsciously aim for it because it's the part that least likely to splash out. 100%. Some places,
Fat lot of good it does. But
a bubble bee. Some places just the logo of the urinal manufacturer.
That said, though, where's customer service?
So I have a couple.
Also, I saw a kid pissing in the drain at UConn once, but that's a whole other thing.
I mean, pissing in sinks. That's
No, in the floor drain.
Oh,
gross.
well, I was gonna say there's two types of people in the world: people that pee in the shower and dirty fucking liars. So
Travis and I have this conversation.
Everyone pisses in the shower.
Travis and I know that there's a particularly like interesting version of this. But go ahead.
Oh, waffle stone?
Yeah.
No.
Not that.
not that.
No,
But
no
everyone-
one actually.
but everyone
waffles.
Someone does.
Someone did because that's how it apparently came up. But
I feel like that's definitely been
no one takes a shit.
a conversation that was had on the Bim Bam, and it like turned out that Travis shit in the shower or something. But like
You put your foot on, you're just gonna.
that could be
like,
Travis
Just
slander.
stomp
Like,
it.
All right, so
What-
my
what
worst
Travis
customer
slander?
service.
It's not
Not
waffle
Travis
stop.
shit and shit.
not
What if
you,
you-
obviously.
What if you grate the
Listen
chocolate
to
instead?
them,
I want to hear Tanner.
What if you
My
grate,
worst customer
grate
service.
the
I'm gonna do
chocolate?
two. I'm gonna do one from my casino industry time, then we do one.
I was gonna
shop.
say comic shop. I feel like
The
it's
com-
just people who don't
The
shower.
comic shop one.
Oh yes,
is-
I wish.
The
I
comic shop
fucking
one is fucking
wish.
wonderful.
I hold on. No.
Because Tanner, it's on Main Street. I used to work right on Main Street, and there's some interesting shit that happens on
Characters.
Main Street. So
Characters.
this is very interesting.
If
I came in slightly after this happened, and it was wonderful.
maybe 10 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Not long.
Yeah, it was.
I
Not
said, where the
long.
fuck were you? You
Tell me
would have
everything.
loved this. So, okay, so I'm gonna do the casino one first. So first, third day dealing. We're fresh out of dealer school. I'm dealing a game. It's called Pai Gow Tiles. It's an Asian
Okay.
domino game, and I'm dealing it. And this guy is betting 50 to 75 a hand, 50 to 100 a hand, which is the minimum.
Wait, was this at Foxwoods or Mohican?
Mohican.
Okay. Do you remember his name? Because I probably know that.
Oh Jesus Christ! No, this is.
I know. You probably don't really deal with names over on.
Well, we do, but I mean, if it's over in Pit, called Pit 8, the Chinatown Pit, there's just so many players.
I'm pretty well acquainted
So
with the
many
dealers
players.
over on Pit 8.
Not dealers, a player.
But no, I mean the dealers are always calling up and being like, "Hey, I have a guy here who wants to get a room." And,
Oh,
yeah.
sure. Yeah, no, this was back in 2008, so we're not.
All right, nothing.
And so he's playing 50 to 100 hand, which is the average bets for this table. He's up about 3,000. He slides it all on one hand. Now, I'm going to say some terms that aren't going to make sense, but I'll break it. I won't do it. I'll change
Well,
it.
tell the story first, and we can ask questions.
He gets dealt his hand. I get dealt mine. We open it up. He has the third and fourth best pair in the game. There's only one hand that beats him, and I got the first and second pair.
What game is this?
This is called
Pai
Pai Gow
Gow.
Tiles.
Okay.
It's even rarer than him getting pocket kings and me getting pocket aces in poker. It's rare. I've dealt this hand one time in 12 years,
Wow.
and it is this moment now.
Wow.
And he because that hand normally is a lock. You're gonna win almost every time. It's almost unbeatable. It's unbeatable. The only hand that can beat it. There's I don't know how many pairs are in the game. Let's just say there's 20 different pairs of tiles you can make, and you got the third and fourth best together. You get 4 tiles, and you have to make your best 2 hands using the tiles. You're trying to add them up, but unless they're pairs, you don't add them up. Pairs are stronger than adding up the total number.
Right.
And so he slams the table, chips fly bounce everywhere. He then begins to self-induce vomit on my game.
What?
Pukes on the table.
What?
Now that was a biohazard. They shut the whole pit down.
I feel like I've heard about this.
Third day dealing. As soon as he's doing it, I'm going, sir, no, please don't, no. And does it. But because the pit boss saw it too. Because he slammed the table and got the pit boss's attention. Security was there within 8 seconds. After the vomit came out.
For once they do their job, okay.
They were there. And they were just like, well, the security doors are actually there, right at the pit.
Yeah. No, I'm just gonna.
And so,
Whatever. But
so they tackle him. He's banned for life. That was definitely the gross. I've had a woman sitting at a table just take a napkin and put it under the table, put it back up with blood all over it.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
They had that. Just wiping their face. I had a
No,
guy
is
die.
that-
Not on my game. The table next to me had a guy
is
die.
that the blood thing? Like, is that a bad day at work, or is that just the power move to end all power moves?
Pretty gross. No! Okay.
Sorry, my feet. All right, I'm just gonna step on this.
And so, yeah. Yeah, I had old guy die in a craps game next to me. Just
Dude, were you
It was his
still?
time.
I probably shouldn't say this. I might get fired, but whatever. Were you still working there when we had the guy who took a swan dive off the employee?
Yes, I did work there at that time.
Yikes.
No, that was the one like last year or the one before
No,
that.
long time ago. I only worked there from 08 to 12.
Oh, we had another one.
Oh, okay. That's unfortunate.
Copycats.
It's unfortunate. But yes,
No.
one did happen while I was there.
I had a super drunk guy come up once.
Imposter
He
syndrome.
He was like super drunk, very
Wow,
obviously
self-loathing.
distraught about how games had gone, and he asked me, "How do I open the window in my room?" And I was like, "You
Sure.
don't.
Also
Rock.
can't.
You
Yeah,
you
there's
don't.
also-
You
you also-
literally
yeah.
cannot." Like we don't.
You
have,
also we have to report any of that.
Yeah.
Any of
We
that
don't
talk.
have rooms with balconies for specifically this reason.
If people are placing their bet as a dealers for training, if people are placing their bets and their hands are shaking, we have to report it because they're just like losing control.
Yeah.
Like they're trying to win back the money so they don't lose their house and stuff.
That is interesting.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's great. It's not often, but it happens.
I've had to hand out like get help with gambling things to people before.
So that's the casino one because it's just the grossest. I've had assholes, real bad assholes. But I've also dealt to people. I've dealt to Robert Downey Jr. I dealt to very cool people. Kevin Hart.
Yeah. I got cussed out by one of the guys from Kiss, not Gene Simmons.
He's really.
Yeah.
He's the
He-
other asshole from Kiss.
One of the guys
Paul
from
Stanley
Kiss
eats like soup with a fork. So-
literally could not tell you his
No one
name
cares about
because I
Peter
didn't
Criss.
fucking recognize it. But he was giving me so much
I
shit
am
about,
Peter
don't
Criss
you know
like
who I
Peter Criss.
am?
Even Peter
And then
Criss
his like
doesn't
girlfriend
like
or wife or whoever got on my ass about like, oh, you don't understand how powerful we are, blah blah blah. I was like,
Oh, that's
like
gross.
you're not wearing your makeup right now. How am I supposed to know?
Yeah.
Hyam.
And so
I
and
wanna
so
rock and roll all night.
Have a wonderful
And
time.
her, and her ass all the.
you're a fake Kiss fan. So for the shop I
Of
have a
course,
couple.
I knew you were a fake Kiss fan. You're dressed as Peter Criss.
Not even
No,
Peter
Chris,
Criss.
not even Peter Criss.
Who the fuck is Peter Criss?
He's the drummer of Kiss.
That might have been the guy. I'm not gonna
So-
say
No,
it
Peter,
was.
Peter Criss
was-
would never have flexed that way.
No.
It was probably Ace Frehley.
I'm not going to confirm or deny that.
So at the shop, I had a guy come in and try to sell me moth cocoons. Now we're a comic shop, and we've taken Magic the Gathering and Pokemon cards.
I'd fucking try
Moth
it.
cocoons?
And
I'd buy
Oh
it.
shit! I should bring in my collection of
He
Pokemon cards.
felt that please do. He felt that moth cocoons that he'd been saving have value.
Moth cocoon.
I agree.
Moth cocoons.
I mean, like my mom might be interested, but she's like an ex-biology teacher.
I'd drop money on it.
No, he read some article that they can somewhere they're doing something medically with them for some whatever reason,
And of course, he goes to the comic shop.
thinking that because they have value, I would be able to sell them and he could get money for them. Also, first question: you had to have collected X amount of moth cocoons, specking that this day would come.
Or you just have a really shitty linen closet.
What?
Or
self-collect.
just
So that was
like
just that was just
kind
weird.
of a
I had a
hobby.
guy. We've had people kick him out. We've had weirdos. We've had guys come in try to convince me that
I mean, you had
dinosaurs were real.
He's-
And I mean like alive today, and that the
First
government's
off, there
hiding-
is one.
It
It
is-
lives in the Congo.
It is in the Congo. There's one.
Yeah.
Well, also
the
coelacanth,
cryptids.
not extinct.
There's one that it does exist. It's in the Congo. But other than that one, was it
It's like a Thai. Yeah.
some weird name.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's-
if you-
it's
if-
a-
if-
I mean,
have the-
like the
have
thing
the-
is,
It's
for
like
me,
a tiny
comic books, like casino stories, probably won't surprise me because, good lord, but also comic store stories probably won't surprise me because like you had my sister come in, you didn't know how crazy she was, but like
This guy. Okay, so here's the guy.
He has not hit the story that is.
Here's the guy,
wonderful.
the guy that takes the crown. I'm not open. We open at 3. It's 2. I'm in there doing paperwork, accounting shit, like the stuff I do before I open because I got
Doing stuff, yeah.
doing the business side of the business. So I'm there, but on me being stupid, I didn't lock the front door. I came in, I had my hands full, I turned the lights on, and I just forgot to lock the front door. But I've had people come in and walk around, and I've let them just browse, and I let them know, hey, we're not open for another hour. If you want to just take a look around, you're welcome to. You know. So I'm in there. I'm not wearing a mask because I'm fucking alone. And No, to be fair, my manager was in the back room sorting, so he's there, but it's like really far. He's not. We are definitely social distancing. So I just don't have my mask on, and so he walks in. The moment he walks in, I walk to the side. I grab my mask and I put it on. And he's walking around, just looking at kind of stuff. Doesn't say hello, doesn't say hi to me or anything. And I greeted him. I was like, "How you doing?" Like, well, hey. And he walks around. 2 minutes, and he goes to the front door to leave. And he says, I'm pretty, it's pretty alarming, and I'm disappointed you didn't have your mask on when I came in here. And I go, sir, we are not open. You walked into this shop on your own volition, and I said, we're not open. I have my mask off because there's not supposed to be customers in here. I said, I should have had the door locked, but I forgot, and you just walked in. I was trying to be courteous and allow you to browse my wares, because she has wares. Pretty Skyrim face.
If you have
Oh my
coin.
god. Anyways.
And so, I was allowing me to look. I said, put my mask
Great,
on.
now I'm just picturing you as a cat person.
I go, like,
Very fitting.
I am a crazy cat dad. I said, I put my mask on 1 second after you came in. And I said, what are you talking about? And he's like, you know what? Fuck this store. Fuck you. I'm blackballing this place. It's like
Okay.
Blackballing?
like he's gonna put me on blast on social media. So
Okay.
so he walks out.
Just so you know, I haven't
Fuck
heard
you.
anything.
He's now standing outside my door of the shop, spinning in a circle, flipping off the world, just in a circle, just going around,
Angry man.
screaming, "Fuck this place! Don't shop here! Fuck this place! They don't wear masks here!" Blah blah.
Man.
And so he starts to walk back to his car. Or he's like walking back to his car. I come to the door. I think that's kind of why he started walking. Because he started coming to the door. And I go, dude, we're not fucking open. Like, get the fuck out. Like, it's like I was trying to be nice, let you walk around. Like, go, leave, please. Close the door. Idiot didn't lock the door.
Nice.
And he comes back in and says the line to end all lines. Did you just talk back to a cancer patient?
Oh my
Cancer survivor.
A cancer survivor.
That's
Did you
right.
just talk back to a cancer survivor?
God.
And I go, bro, I don't give a fuck about your cancer. I go, you're not wearing a shirt. I don't know your fucking life story. All right? I don't know what you've been through and what you've done. I said, if anything,
You're just a person.
if anything, we need to defund cancer research because we needed to work and eliminate fuckers like you. So, like, they're putting too much money into it. It's working too well that you were able to walk away unscathed. I was like, did you fucking lose your balls? Was it testicle cancer? Like, fuck off, dude. And so okay, that's that. He says that. I said, dude, get the fuck out of my store. I'm putting a bad image on my store. I'm saying that, but this dude is a complete asshole. And
Well, that's like, I mean, I used to work at McDonald's and we would have people like, oh, I served in the Vietnam War. And it's like, okay, like, how am I supposed to fucking know that?
We
Also,
don't
also,
cool,
so-
go
also, you're
apologize
still-
to people.
Also, you're still just a fucking person.
Angel, my
Yeah,
manager
or
hears
even,
this.
Or even at the casino, I have people who are like,
I'm not gonna treat you
oh,
differently.
I'm military. Where's my discount? Like, well, did
Fuck
you
you.
fucking tell me
My
that?
manager
Like,
hears.
were you
My
involved
manager
in
in
the
the back
Trail
hears the commotion. The manager in the back hears the commotion in the beginning. So he's in the back, but he's standing, and he hears him say the whole. Did you just talk back to a cancer survivor? And he audibly laughs out loud. Like, it's so.
Angel has no.
Because my friends know me, I'm not a fan of the entitlement mindset.
Yes.
That snowflakey like bullshit.
oh,
So,
like Republicans.
Yeah, Gina Carano is a huge snowflake.
but I'm just saying, like, that whole like. Pay attention.
She is.
I'm special because I did this. Like, no, none of us are special.
Yeah, we're all equally worthless.
Right. So I go, okay, so whatever.
We should all hate ourselves.
Angel's like, what the fuck was that?
Especially war criminals.
My
Anyways,
manager's like, what the fuck was that?
Gina Carano
30
is
seconds
equally sick
later-
in Vietnam.
Yes.
30 seconds later, our phone rings, our business phone rings. I look at it, and I never answer the phone when the shop's not open. I answer it, and he goes, and it's him, and he goes, he's like, fuck you, you fucking piece of shit. You better fucking watch your back. The game is on. And he hangs up.
And you're like, what? Am I supposed to care to?
I didn't say a word. I was just like, Landro comes, game time. He's like, you better fucking watch your back. The game, It's like, you fucking piece of shit. Fuck you, motherfucker. And he's just brewing in his car, right? Now, I'm cool with him being an idiot in my store. I'm cool with him walking around this public sidewalk, flipping him off.
Some of mine was left. Jamie Dogger is still left, I think.
I mean, there's always more wine.
I'm fine with all that. It's the moment he says you better watch your back and the game is on. That to me was a personal threat. Now I don't know what he's gonna do after I lock up at 9. Is he gonna come back with his buddies and torch the place? Is he gonna throw rocks out my window and steal my stuff? Is he? I don't know what he's gonna do or what people. It's a crazy world. People want to do real crazy shit.
That is not the one.
So I did call the police. I said, hey, I had an unruly patron who ended up calling me and making a verbal threat to me over the phone. And they go, do you have his name? I go, yeah, because we have caller ID. I know his name and I know his number.
I love that.
At
the casino, especially people who call from the rooms. I'm like, I know what room you're in. I know your first and last name. I know your fucking address.
Yes, we have your card on file.
Yeah.
So,
can I send a girl to the room? No, but I can have you ejected.
So the cops get a hold of him. They say if he's not allowed back in the shop, he steps foot again, he's arrested and all that stuff, you know. So that was just like the craziest.
We had one of those today.
Craziest guy.
Well, we're at
And that full
midnight.
circle. Yeah, midnight, and that's a full circle. Everyone got in their story of a.
Not everyone.
Can you tell your story in 3 minutes?
Yeah, it's a very quick ender.
Go speed racer.
So I used to work for Otis Elevator Company.
Oh, fuck you.
Doing
As someone who works at Mohegan Sun.
first
Oh,
off, NKO.
As someone who works at the Science Center, fuck you too.
Also, you guys don't pitch like shit, so
Yeah, we don't.
I know your sales rep.
What?
At the time, I knew your sales rep.
I
I've
know.
been working for them for like 6 years.
We've given Otis hundreds of thousands of dollars. Fuck Otis.
Sure. They've given you millions.
No. No way.
And they were part of UTC? Yeah.
No.
Most
UTC, yes.
Most profit from UTC is Otis.
Okay,
It is the most profitable
I'm gonna
fucking
step in here and say tell your story.
Yeah, before...
You got
Also, so
so
my
just tax
point being,
deductions. Fuck off with that shit too.
I'm gonna
The
step in
point
here
behind
again
it
and
is
say
this.
tell your story.
I was the person answering the emergency phones, and I was the one programming the ones inside the elevators. And the most like jarring, terrible experience that I've ever had on a call was in Fenway Park. So Fenway has Gen 2 elevators in Boston, and one of the other people in the office got a call from someone saying, like, I'm calling you from outside the elevator because the doors opened and it was an exposed pit. Like, there was no elevator card there.
Creepy.
So yeah, it like misleveled terribly, like it fucked up. And they're like, you should probably like send someone. We're like, absolutely, we will. Like, so we dispatch a mechanic. Mechanic's on his way there. We get a call from a different elevator, and they're like, nothing's wrong with this one, but a drunk person just fell down the elevator shaft at Fenway because the doors opened.
Yikes.
But there was no elevator.
And there was no elevator. And they just drunk, they walked right through. And they're like, oh my god, like, what's going on? Is everything okay? They're like, yeah, this elevator's fine, like, we're fine. The guy was the most, like, jaded human being to the fact that he's like, I just watched someone fall down an elevator shaft and, like, they're dead. He's like, but I'm fine and this elevator's good. I'm like,
Fuck you, buddy.
I was so taken back. Because, like,
as someone who watched someone else shit themselves while being tased trying to climb over the front desk, I get it.
I'm okay with being jaded, like, but you know that guy was likely not dying. Like, they just watched someone die, and they're like,
Your dude just voided his bowels.
yeah.
Well,
like,
he was screaming the whole time, I can't breathe, which was a loaded term at the time.
Sure.
Concern should be
And
raised.
ongoing, but especially at the time.
Yeah, this was the guy was like, yeah, they fell down, and I chalk it up to like this is probably shock on them. Like they're just like, I don't know how to process this, but like this is me trying.
Right, there's definitely that, like, I have to get this thing done.
Yeah, so like I'm glad they told us, and we're like, yeah, we know that something's going on over there. The other one is the TD Tower in Toronto, had an elevator car stuck for 36 hours. And
Yikes.
when Otis policy is, if you are on an emergency call with an entrapment like that, is you stay on the call.
Oh.
So I was not the one on the call for that. But they didn't pass him off. She stayed through and like worked the entire thing.
That's nuts. And then they filmed the movie Devil.
So I was working when M. Night Shyamalan came out with fucking Devil. I was working on this at the time.
I really like that
so
movie.
much.
man,
We
by the
got
way.
so much shit for that. But yeah.
Now, was
so-
Devil the one where it ended up with the,
the old lady.
SUV?
No, they're in the elevator. They're all in the elevator.
Right, no, there was
Everyone's-
another. Maybe I'm thinking of another one. There was like one that started in an elevator and ended up with her like running over the dude in an SUV.
No, it was the old lady is actually the devil.
Okay,
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert. M. Night
Oh,
Shyamalan
for
movie
Devil, that
5
came
years
out
ago.
like fucking a million years
What
ago.
a twist.
What's
Okay,
it-
twist?
actually, spoiling in my Shyamalan movies is actually really bad because they are all about the twist.
Except Lady in the Water.
Is that,
Yeah, thank you. I was just thinking, I was like, there was no twist in that.
No, he
the only
openly
one.
said that though when it came out.
Yeah.
He said this is not a twist. It's just a story I want to tell.
Fair.
How about the?
Is that why? It
You know,
became-
yeah.
it
No,
was
I
a
get that.
movie?
Sometimes you just want to like you get sort of pigeonholed into this
The
thing,
crappening?
and like
Crappening?
you have something else that you want to do. Like that's respectful. I get that.
To be fair, I've only seen Unbreakable and I've never seen Split or Glass.
I saw.
Split and Glass are both good movies. They're not great. Glass is a little less good. Split is solid.
So I
because
saw-
it only ties in.
They're fine.
Split only ties in at the very end.
Fine is fine.
There, I mean, I'll tell you now because Split is not the most recent version or the most recent film in that.
No,
But-
Glasses.
Yeah, but Glass is not as good as Split. Unbreakable is the best one.
So I saw Signs in theaters
Signs is a great movie.
as a
Yeah, it's
kid.
good.
It's actually
Still
very
never
good.
seen it. I mean,
It's-
like
it's a great
like,
movie.
feel
Move,
free
kids,
to-
vomit us.
Feel free to like spoil it. Like, I
But
know
here's
it's
here's
not,
the here's
like,
the shit.
It's not much to spoil. I mean.
Dumb aliens. They're dumb.
Yeah.
That's like us attacking an arsenic planet.
First
like-
off,
it's like-
no, War of the Worlds is the wow,
It's bad.
fucking nitrogen kills them.
It's probably the
and
worst
our
Spielberg. It's
atmosphere
probably the
is
worst Spielberg movie.
70% of
It's
nitrogen.
probably the worst Spielberg movie.
And that's how science works.
Yeah,
Is that what kills them in Tom Cruise movie?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep,
Nitrogen?
Just existing on Earth kills them.
After a while.
See, I thought
Exposure.
My-
They die to fucking. That's like
my
dying due to consumption.
impression
No, I
was
listened to on the way home.
My
It's
impression
the,
was
it's the Orson
that
Welles
it was
version.
water.
It's really cool.
It is
It
cool.
is good. So water vapor and nitrogen are the things that did it.
Okay.
Tom Cruise one. But they're like, yeah, it's most of the atmosphere. They just start rusting and dying.
Right.
The moral of the story is there was a lot of wine consumed tonight. I think if we're going to give any number one wine the top billing,
Juggernaut.
probably Juggernaut.
It's also in the title, so.
Good.
This is where we differ
Yeah.
because I'm at my Blackberry Jam.
Though I will
No,
say,
that's
off
the
of
number 3 for me.
the off
This is
of
not-
the
this is not- this is not the
Cody,
worst tenor wine I've
Ascension,
ever had.
Ascension
Thanks.
albums. Juggernaut's not bad.
Here we are, Juggernaut?
Yeah.
Okay. I know.
All I gotta
know
say
my
is,
fucking.
Cody's my favorite band. So
Hey, you want to see my spine real quick?
yeah.
all I
And
gotta,
when
It's-
we're
it's
on
fucking-
camera,
It's
Spine.
We're on camera,
album art.
you understand? I'm obsessed
album
with
icons.
Cody. So.
all I gotta say is, I'm the Juggernaut bitch.
All I gotta say is, 3 is a great band.
I'm the
and
Juggernaut
probably the better
bitch.
effort.
So that, okay, I have a question before we go. What was
Joey
a bigger
Effort is
phrase?
better than Josh Shepard.
What was a more quoted and bigger phrase when we were in high school? I'm the Juggernaut bitch, or I'm tired of these motherfucking snakes.
Oh,
on this
definitely Juggernaut
motherfucking
bitch.
planet.
Scotty doesn't know.
Oh,
and
100%.
I'm the Juggernaut bitch.
I'm the Juggernaut bitch.
More than
top
motherfucking snakes on this
Yep.
motherfucking
Snakes on a
planet.
plane was
No
after
one
me.
cared about Snakes on a Plane, and no one cared
I
about
don't know.
Cobra Starship.
Yeah.
No, fuck
Or,
Cobra.
no. Fucking Napoleon Dynamite was
Okay.
put in more mother.
Yeah,
fucking tots.
Tots, and God, Tina, you fucking lark.
Yeah.
Those. Those were more than I've
It's a
had it
fucking
with these.
liger.
I've had it with these monkey fighting snakes on this Monday to Friday plane.
Okay, I'm gonna
That is the actual
interject
censored version of
before anyone else talks because I don't want to end it. Don't want it to end on a low note. But we didn't really have catchphrases in my school because we were too busy like reeling from the multiple deaths every year and also the English teacher who kidnapped a kid.
On that note, this was Left Right Cab.
Yeah.
Jesus. Public school in Connecticut is going to be the next episode.
Hey, tech
And
school.
I am-
culture.
Was your superintendent like H.P. Lovecraft? The fuck school did you go
Our
to?
superintendent was useless. Our vice principal fucked the
I'm tired of filming now. This is
All
left, right, cap.
Don't send your kid to her school.
Wyndham Tech, what's up?
Thanks for playing. Oh, Wyndham Tech.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Backstool.
You're like, oh, that tracks.
Bye.
Goodbye. See you guys next week.
See you guys.
I gotta say,
Oh wait. Yeah.
Juggernaut, fine line.
Next time we see
We will be moving to a different schedule, probably every other week.
Consider we missed the past 2 weeks. You probably don't care, but
Yeah.
there
We
it is.
Our viewers
I
went
mean,
from 11 to
My
6.
No.
my other podcast list missed like a month, but we're still blowing up in the Ukraine.
That was Tanner Hall.
I'm Tanner Hall.
That was Travis Pajoli.
I am also Travis.
This is Jake Rudder. That's Antonio. That's Luna.
Hey,
See you guys later.
token female.
You've had one before. Twice now. Good night. Bonne nuit. Auf Wiedersehen.